What up, fam? Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is A2D Wednesday nights, Eagles Cowboys week. And we got a few things to talk about when it comes to our Philadelphia Phillies. Let's go. Let's go. This ain't the fuck like this game, he stinks.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio. Every Wednesday night, we are brought to you by FanUp, and FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use our promo code A2D for $50. FanUp, you can download them right on the Apple Store. They're so interactive. I think you're going to love it, and you can challenge any of your friends, any bet you want. And I always say, like, I'm an equal opportunist, so send a bet my way. 50-50 chance. So go download FanUp. Make sure you use our promo code A2D, and you get $50 right at sign up. No brainer. As always, Frank Vespi, Greg Mlakovic, Ralph Del Vecchio, Ryan Brodo. I'm Tom Arnone. No Chrome. I'm sure Noah might be with us later. Jimmy, we got Jimmy down. Jimmy down below. You see Jimmy every Monday nights with the boys in the Sports Hounds Flight Zone combo show now. So make sure you guys check them out. And we got a lot to talk about tonight. Do our locks of the week. We do it every Wednesday. We'll run through the whole slate of NFL games, give you what side we're on. And I'm sure my locks are horrendous. Eagles Cowboys preview. It's Eagles week. It's Dallas week. Sorry. It is Eagles week every week, but it's Dallas week, so it's a little bit bigger of a week. And we're going to get into all that in a few minutes, and we'll get into our poll question. But before we get into that, Philadelphia Phillies have been tremendous so far in the postseason.
Yes, they have.
Well, tremendous, okay? Couldn't really ask for anything more. We get into tonight. We win a huge game one in Atlanta.
7 runs? Yeah, 7 runs.
Monster game one off arguably their best pitcher, right? Or one of their best pitchers. They got a couple, right? Well, one of their best guy they believe in, okay? And we win that game. We put up a 7 spot. And then we hold on to win at 7-6. Fast forward to today. We have our ace on the mound. We're walking around as a fan base feeling delicious where we sit. Feeling delicious. And as a ball player, you would think they feel the same way. Loose. So let's unpack tonight for a minute. If you think you're winning baseball games, getting 3 hits and no runs, I got beachfront in Alaska, right? Great beachfront, 85 all year round, right in Alaska. It's 85 in this place, this part of Alaska. Okay,
Nice.
You get the mountains, gorgeous. Not going to win your baseball games. And when you look at this baseball team, right? We gotta slug it. We gotta slug it. There's too much talent in this lineup to have 3 hits in a game like this where you're ace on the mound. It's inexcusable. And you got to find a way to get 1 or 2 across early. And you had your opportunity in the second, and they didn't get it done. And then you felt the way the game was going. Okay? Let me go to my ace, who was tremendous. Tremendous going into the 6th. All right? Actually, tremendous with 2 outs in the 6th. Okay? Couldn't ask for anything more. His pitch count was low, and you're feeling this is a game. If he continues with 10 pitches an inning, this is a game he goes into the 9th if it's nothing still, right? And you got a damn good chance to find a way, right? Because then pressure shifts to them.
Yep.
In my history of coaching baseball, in my history of watching baseball, no out walks, 1 out walks, 2 out walks kill you. They create chaos, all right? And when you're already not a good defensive team, You can't do that there. You're grooving. And listen, Acuna, you hit him, it happens. Okay? That happens. You cannot go walk Dansby Swanson, who you own. You cannot walk him there. Listen, if he hits the ball out of the ballpark or put the double in the gap, then listen, you tip your cap to him. Okay? But you cannot walk him there. Then I go to the final piece of the puzzle. Then I need somebody to pick my pitcher up. Right? Pick him up. And I get a ground ball, and my history watching baseball, my history of trying to teach baseball, right? You never field a ball on your side or on your back or laying out. You get in front of the baseball, okay? And if you see his back leg already slid out there, so he's not planting and working through it. But screw the backhand for a minute. I need you to get around the baseball that's taught at every level, get around the baseball, and at worst, you save a run from scoring, and it's bases loaded, 2 outs, and you give your ace a chance then to get himself out of his jam that he put himself into, right? But bigger than all of it, listen, Reese is a scapegoat for this game, and I'm not going to sit here and argue it because there's nothing to argue, right? He's a scapegoat. Fine, I'm good with it. He stinks. I already know what he is defensively. My scapegoats come to this goddamn offense. Your freaking ace is on the mound. You need to hit tonight. You can't do this. You cannot come out and get shut down like you did tonight. You can't. You cannot. You got to then come out and dictate. There was bad at-bats all night again tonight. All right? A bunch of pop-ups, everybody trying to hit a home run. Right? What won you your 3 games in the postseason? Riddle me that, guys. Riddle me what won you. Small ball. Small ball. Okay? So there's blame to go all around. So as much as the one guy should be the biggest scapegoat and get crushed for it, crush away on Rhys Hoskins. Anybody that has eyeballs can see how bad defensively he is, right? But let's not miss 2 other big reasons that put us in this spot. 2 other big goddamn reasons. Alec had a big opportunity with 1 out and a runner on third, right? Ground ball, I think the first base. I had it on my phone, right? But ground ball, I think the first base, run the court, right?
It was.
So you got to do the little things. The little things in postseason baseball matter. Dansby Swanson, hell of a play. All right. Tremendous play in the top of the 6th. Okay. With 2 outs. Then you fast forward to Austin Riley. Another tremendous play. The Braves did all the little things right. But series isn't over yet. It's 1-1. You would have loved to go 2-0 because you're playing with house money at this point with your ace on the mound. Now you got to come home and hit. Simple as that. That's how you unpack it. It's a terrible loss, in my opinion, on a bunch of different levels and surfaces, right? The bunch of different levels and surfaces. Look like a team that didn't come out with an approach tonight, didn't come out that back their ace up. And again, he's cruising. He can't walk, guys. And then again, get around the goddamn baseball. All right? Get around the baseball. Because my son makes that play. I got a bunch of 14-year-olds who I can book it to you make that play. Right? That's routine. That's routine when it comes to Major League Baseball. So I'm not going to go on talking about trading guys right now. I'll handle that at the end of the year, right? Because I still got baseball to play. All right? I would have traded him years ago. I mean, I would trade him when everybody called him Babe Ruth. So you don't got to tell me nothing, anybody out there. But at the end of the day, we'll talk about trading guys when it's all said and done because we still got baseball games to try to win.
Maybe we should have traded him after that San Diego game.
Right? He is a guy that is well-liked in that locker room and is a leader. So be a leader game 3 on Friday and come out and make an impact then. Because baseball is all about the next play. So what's your next response going to be, Reese? Because you've been atrocious this entire 2 series. Atrocious. So when the hell are you going to wake up? Sorry for the rant. We'll get into the Eagles Cowboys in a little bit.
Go right ahead. Get it off your chest. Anybody else want to go?
All there.
No, I completely agree. We missed the chance to step on Atlanta's throat. We had a chance tonight to step on their throat. And we missed a golden opportunity.
You think you're slaying a dragon by just attacking his feet? You know what I mean? You don't know. You got to go. You got to go chop the head off of the dragon, and you got a chance to know his point to do that. They're the big bad wolf. They're the defending champs. They're in the must win. Pressure's all on them tonight. It's not the end of the series, though. So we'll find out how resilient this group is on Friday with another day.
And if you're going, you better be loud as hell when you hear it.
But I do give Wheeler credit for sitting around a long time today, through the rain delays and coming out and dealing. Both pitchers. You know what I mean? Because this is a day where you sit around a while, you think maybe the offense gets the upper hand, and it didn't. It didn't.
It's a very bad loss for this baseball team. I mean, you guys just mapped it out. As you said, Noah had a chance to just put them away, have a chance to come back to Philly up 2-0 with your ace on the mound, who's just been absolutely brilliant over the past 2 starts. Your second ace came out tonight. He was dealing. I mean, 10 pitches per inning going into that at bat where, you hit Acuna where it happens, and then you unfortunately lose Swanson, but you're still on that low pitch count, and you get a good ground ball to first base, and your first baseman just butchers it. I mean, he is atrocious. I know we say he's the locker room leader. He's the leader in that clubhouse, but at the end of the day, the guy is a bad baseball player. The guy, he stinks out loud. He has never had a big hit in his life. The moment is too big for him right now. He's not a 2-hole hitter. I mean, the offense goes stale, but your leadoff hitter is 0 for 17 right now. Your 2-hole hitter hasn't had a big hit in his life, and we're just persistent on just keep throwing this guy out there. If he's good in the locker room, if he's good in the clubhouse, let him be that leader that's on the bench, because I'm so sick of just watching him just make these horrendous plays just week in and week out. It's been like this for 4 seasons now. Throughout all these collapses.
Let him be a left-handed pinch hitter you use in the 7th inning.
This devil's advocate. It's hard to sit down a guy in the postseason who hit 30 home runs this year, though. It's hard to sit him down, is my point. For Robbie,
you can walk into 30 home runs nowadays in the MLB.
Nobody's really, not everybody's walking into 30, Jimmy. I'm not a Reese guy, but you can't expect Rob Thompson to sit him before the game 2 tonight. Like, you can't expect him not to be in the lineup. Come on. Let's be fair.
I'm with you. I'm on the hate train, but who's your other option? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm with you. Move Bo. You have 4 different Rhys Hoskins in this lineup, but they're 10 times better than the Rhys Hoskins version that he puts out there. I mean, put some contact hitters in this lineup. You say the lineup's so stale, and they could go stale for a game or 2. You're not going to be stale if you have contact hitters in this lineup. Move Bohm over to
Where are our contact hitters? We don't have those.
Sosa, Segura.
You're really gonna go bottom of the lineup of Segura, Stott, and Sosa. That's not really scary.
Hitter. I mean, Segura's a professional hitter, isn't he?
No, I'm with you on Segura, but like Sosa's not an option to me. Like, he shouldn't
can't
play
have an all-star in every slot. I mean,
I know you can't.
Whenever I think of Rhys Hoskins,
but Sosa's not an offensive guy.
No, I hear you. I hear you, but he's been good for us down the stretch. He has.
Sosa's a role player.
You're messing with guys' heads because you're putting Alec in a position he hasn't really played a ton of. Not that he can't, but like, you got a guy feeling really good at third base, and we're going to move him. Like, I can't bench a guy right now. Like, listen, it's terrible.
The time is now,
Jimmy. You can't bench him right now, because if he can get any bit of hot, which he's done in his career at times, when he gets hot, he's good. When he's cold, he's the worst hitter I've ever seen. But you can't just bench 30 home runs right now. Like, I hear you.
You gotta move them though. You don't bench.
No, you want to put him down the lineup. I'm all for that.
Yeah,
but you can't bench him. Like, I can't do that this time in a 1-1 series. I'm going to take out a guy that has hit 30 home runs this year, that has a chance to lose a baseball. It's tough. If you had the other option, sure. You're not playing Derek Hall. You know what I mean? You're not going to do that right now. And I get it. Bohm sounds easy to move to first base, but the guy's feeling really good right now. Do I want to mess with him to make up for Rhys? No. What I got to do is, late in baseball games, he's got to come out of a game, and that's where you make the move. That's where you put Sosa at third, and you move Alec to first. Late in games, 9th inning, right guys with a lead. That's when you get him out. At this point, I mean, to that I'll fully agree with. I'll get him right. But see you. Come have a seat with me right over here. You know what I mean? Even if
at this point, what do you even do with Kyle Schwarber, dude? You ever lead off dude that's 0 for 17?
He's got to keep
0
running
for 17 and just leading off.
That's the guy where you can't bench, or that's the guy where you can't move, because you're gonna live and die with that. You're gonna live and die.
You got to go with what guys are here.
No, he's 0 for 17, Jimmy, leading off.
You're here because of Schwarber, though.
But Rhys
like,
Hoskins,
you're not here without Schwarber.
No, exactly. But Rhys Hoskins has been here.
You got to move. I'm good with moving them both. In our group chat, Sweeps was threw out a lineup up there, and let me pull it up real quick. I think he had Segura leading off. You had Segura, Harp, JT, Castellanos, Alex, Schwarbs, whoever's playing center field. Don't know why it's still a platoon in my mind. Then Reese and Stott.
See, I don't think it's going to bode well for this lineup if you switch around that many pieces. I think it's more of like a Gene for Reese piece, where you move Reese down and then you move Segura up and then keep everybody the same. Because the last thing you want to do is
so you're just leaving Schwarber, who's 0 for 17, and then leadoff hole.
Dude, you got to. I mean, how many leadoff home runs has he had this season?
I understand that, dude, but he's on a big slump right now. I need you to get on. If you're a leadoff hitter, I need you to get on base, Jimmy.
No. I hear you.
Guys, this may not be fair to say, but I'll say it. Look, it may not be fair to say, but I'll say it, and he damn near did. Really, we needed Wheeler to pitch a shutout tonight, and he damn near did. And yes, of course, we needed much more
first
support
baseman made
from
the right
our
play.
offense.
Well, come on now.
Yeah, no kidding. Yes, there were, yes, Hoskins butchered that ball. There's no doubt about it. But look, the bottom line is, look, you can't walk guys. You can't be hitting batters. Look, he pitched great tonight through 5 innings or whatever. And then, unfortunately, he had that blow-up inning. And even then, it's not like the Braves were hitting him hard. All right, they found a hole. The Braves kind of lucked into 3 runs there. All right, but let's face it, when you're going up against the other team, in the postseason, you're facing a bunch of good pitching. So, look, it's up to our aces to, fair or not, it's up to them to shut it down, to go out there and pitch
a ground ball to
damn near shutout ball. And I know that's not fair to ask, but realistically, that's the only way we were winning this series anyway, right?
Yeah. I mean, you got to hit the baseball. So, got to hit the baseball.
That's the other elephant.
This is my last question for Rhys Hoskins. Did anybody have confidence in him? Not even to just get on base, but to work a good at bat against Jansen in that 9th inning. Did anybody have any type of
Jimmy? He doesn't know what a strike zone is. The 1 or 2 guys in our lineups, and I hear everybody saying like, "Oh, we got to move and shake things." I understand it. It sucks, but we don't have a leadoff guy. We haven't all year. That's just it is what it is.
Yeah, Gene's not good there either, right?
No, he's better from 6 down than he is 1 through 4. His on base percentage and his batting average plummets when he's.
We haven't had a great leadoff hitter since.
We haven't had. We literally don't have one, because then it cancels out what a Harper and a Real Moto could do in the middle.
Like when Jimmy retired, we've never been able to find it.
It's as simple as this, because I'm not gonna waste my time screaming and hollering about it anymore, because at the end of the day, the series isn't over. And to calm everybody, like, does this suck? Yeah. Am I pissed off? Yes. Everybody should be, justifiably so. But we just went on and on and on about everything negative about this ball club. We're still 1-1 against the defending champs going back home, which we all would have taken. Now, context-wise,
with Aaron Nola on the mound on Friday afternoon.
Yes, and now I will say, context-wise, looking how this loss looked and how they really gained momentum, sure, it's not great. But just looking at the wins and losses, it's fine. And when it comes to benching guys and trading guys, even I will say that comes later. Like I'm like that's not appropriate right now. Rhys Hoskins is a DH who can't hit. We don't have a leadoff guy, and we were a hit by pitch and a routine ground ball away from this being a legitimate game in the 9th inning. Unfortunately, it wasn't. We go back to Philly, and we need to wake the hell up. That's as simple as that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we do. And listen, to our Eagles family out there, relax for a second, okay? We talked about his Eagles Cowboys week. We understand this is a big loss, or if it was a big win. Either way, we're
a playoff game just happened. So let's pump the brakes a little bit.
For the first time in 11 years,
please.
We can make an exception.
With all due respect, this is Phillies Braves. We hate the chop here too, like we hate the Cowboys. So everybody out there, like, it's Eagles Cowboys week, and you're talking Phillies. They just played. We're Philly sports fans. All right, we're getting the nuts and bolts now.
Not only that, we just played. We haven't been to the playoffs in the last 11 years. So,
By the way, hate the Dodgers. So big fan of that double play.
Oh, double play? The first and third, no outs, gonna double play? Oh man, you hate to see it.
Let's go. Moneyline Padres. Let's go. First time I smiled all night.
Our poll question tonight is brought to you by Manscaped, and you get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. It's time to throw out your old hygiene habits and upgrade your life. So make sure you use our promo code A2D and get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Our poll question for tonight. Here you go. Eagles Nation. The Eagles will improve to 6-0 after a win over the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. If you haven't, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Give a little 5-star review. If you're over on the podcast forums, download, you know the deal. Bigger than all. Answer the poll question tonight. Let's talk some Eagles Cowboys. Listen, this is cute too. This is like a cute story. Cooper Rush. You know, I just it's like my son and his teddy bear. It's cute. You know?
Yeah. Look at him holding the teddy bear. Look how cute that is.
No shot the Dallas Cowboys coming in here and beat us on Sunday, and I don't care. I don't care what anybody else has to say. You know, this isn't the 85 Bears. This isn't the Ravens defenses. This isn't one of the great defenses. It's a very good defense, okay? Very good defense. Bigger than that, Cooper Rush is not coming here and beating us. This little story here, this little cuteness that's going on. All right, it's nice. It's nice. Giants fans and Cowboys fans. It ends Sunday for the Dallas Cowboys. And then they can run back to Dak, the Lord and Savior, and hope that he, you know, they have the same lightning in a bottle. Because that's all it is. It's lightning in a bottle with Cooper Rush. They can't sustain this. They're not good enough offensively, in my opinion, to come here and be a damn good defense on the road. The way we lose Sunday is if we lose the football game. If we turn the football over. That's how they beat you. So if you don't turn the football over Sunday, there ain't no shot they're beating us. Now, we throw 2 picks, force fumble, things change, right, boys? Obviously, and then all bets are off, and anybody can come and beat anybody when that happens. But I think we take care of the football. I think we come ready to play Sunday, and I'm just not sold on them offensively. Like, I don't know how they beat you through the air, and I believe from my eyes that we're a good run stopping defense. We're pretty good, especially if Jordan Davis is in the football game, and you know they're going to want to run the football. So I think they're going to have some trouble running the football against us Sunday, and they're going to become one-dimensional. And if we make them one-dimensional and get a lead, I think he turns the football over Sunday a little bit. I think the story comes to an end. Time to close this chapter. All right, back to Dak. Back to Dak for Cowboys Nation. I just don't think he's good enough, guys. I think it's cool. I think they rallied around him. They play tremendous defense, so I don't want to crush them defensively, but because they are good, but they're not good enough offensively to beat us. So I don't see how they do unless we hand the game over to them. So I agree to the poll. We go to 6-0. Unbelievable that we're saying this, right? Unbelievable we're here. We talked about, you know, the possibilities of getting here, but it's a big one. It's a big one because you need to prove that you can go beat a defense like this too. So that also on if you're a Cowboys fan, you're like, our defense is loaded. Like, you got to beat us. We do. And it starts with taking care of the football. So let's go, boys. Agree.
I'll go next. I agree too. 6-0, here we come. It's crazy to think that, you know, we all flirted with it a little bit, like, oh my God, could you believe if we go 6-0, the city would fucking, you know, burn down. You know, we're 6-0. We might put the 10 up on Broad Street. You know, have some fun with it. But I'm with you, Tommy. I don't think Cooper Rush comes in and beats us, man. That shit's cute. Have fun with that. I do not care. Have fun with our defensive line. Jason Peters wants to talk a little something. I hope he fucking plays on Sunday. I fucking hope he plays on Sunday, and we take him to the fucking woodshed.
Jason the Turnstile Peters.
Night. All right. So to the poll, I agree. We go 6-0. We beat the Cowboys, and we will be 2-0 in the division, right? If we win that game.
That is correct, sir.
Yes, sir. I'll go Ralphie. I got to be honest. I was worried all week leading up to today about this game because, listen, Dallas is way better than we thought they were going to be. I thought they weren't even, like, when they had Dak before the season even started. I'm like, yeah, 7-8 7, 8, 9 possibly win football team, nothing more. You could argue this is going to be a battle of the two best teams in the NFC through 5 weeks. Now, do we get any, trophies for being the best two teams in the NFC through 5 weeks? No. But we're obviously a very good to great team, and Dallas has played way better than anyone expected them to play, with a backup quarterback, a ton of missing pieces on the offensive line, and obviously some missing pieces with the weapons in early weeks and on the defense. So I was really worried until I saw today that Jordan Mailata and Avonte Maddox are on track to play. Because if we were sitting here today, and listen, anything could happen. We're in Philly. We know anything could freaking happen until game time. All right. But if we're in a situation where it was looking very unlikely that our left tackle and obviously our slot cornerback was going to be able to play, I would say, listen, I don't know if I would have said the Eagles were going to lose to the Cowboys, because I don't even know if that is even allowed to happen in Philadelphia when you have a 5-0 football team. But I would not have been feeling good. And either way, I think it's going to be a very difficult test against us. I think it's going to be our most difficult test so far. But if those guys play, I think the game plan becomes much more efficient than it was last week. Because like everyone getting on Shane Steichen for that bad, game plan. I get it. The game plan sucked. But it was a game plan as if 2-3 of your offensive linemen were out of the game, which is exactly what it was. Once Jason Kelce came back in the game, and when Jason Kelce was in the game to start, it was a pro-style offense. And then it was like, oh, wait, we got to get the ball out quick. We got to do 98 bubble screens because no names on the offensive line, even though Jeff's
that's where I got to blame him, though, real quick, because that's where you run the football. You make these guys in and you let them get downhill a little bit and get comfortable and confident. Even the guys you bring in are good run blockers, but no, you want to fucking go bubble screen city. It might have even been 100. It might have even been in the 90. I feel like it's every play. He just seemed like weird. Like, stop with the bubble screens. Like, when we can all sit home and say, hey, can you stop running that play? Like, when we all can say that,
they kind of figured it out.
But he's allowed to have a bad day. Like, these guys are allowed to have bad weeks, and you got out with a win. So, how do you come back and have a good game plan? And to your point, right, I think those two guys playing is big, and I just don't know how this guy goes up and down the field on us. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, the thing with Cooper Rush is he doesn't have the upside that Dak has, to where like the explosiveness getting out of the pocket. But Cooper Rush, the one thing he has not done, which has led them to wins, he doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't. He's efficient. He's calm in the pocket. He gets the ball out quick, and that's just what he does. With that being said, they haven't faced a defense like us. And meanwhile, their defense, while I think it is good to great, and Micah Parsons, while we got to monitor his status because he did not practice today, so that is something to keep an eye on.
Yep.
That defense is great. Okay, they're going to get after you. They have faced poor, and I mean poor to say it lightly, offensive lines through the first 5 weeks of their season. You could just look right down the line, whether it's the Commanders, the banged-up Buccaneers, except the Rams that are on their third-string center. It's been very bad. They're very good on defense, but they're facing by far their best offensive line they've gone up against. So with that all being said, and health finally coming back our way, I think it's going to be really close. I think it's going to be stressful going into the fourth quarter. You're going to actually have to score some points in the fourth quarter. But I see us winning this football game when it's all said and done.
Yeah, we'll give our score predictions and offensive defensive players of the game after the poll, and everybody out there, if you comment in yours. Nobody won last week, so we're up to $150. $150. Something
progressive jackpot. I like.
Who's going to do it? Right? I know, Frank. It's a progressive. We're just going to keep going up until we win. Maybe somebody will hit it. But if you have the same score, somebody else, the tiebreaker. If it's two people with the same score, we'll just split the money. But if it's like 3 or 4. Then the tiebreaker is going to be who gets offensive and defensive player of the game right. So
now what if it's the same exact players of the game?
Well, then we're just splitting that money.
I do have a question though. What if it's one of my burner accounts that predicts the winning score? Do I get the money?
No.
Okay, I was just confused.
No, the ATD guys are not allowed because we could all just win. I could be somehow winning.
That is what we call collusion, my friends.
I was just asking. That's all. I was just seeing if I need to get one of my burners. That's all.
I guess I'll answer.
We'll get all that after the poll. And if you're just joining us, the poll is the Eagles will go 6-0 after a win Sunday night against the Cowboys, and we could have a game 5 for the Phillies Sunday as well. which would be imagine if you beat the Braves in Game 5, which is your rival, then you go beat the Cowboys Sunday night. I mean, this city would be electric.
I'm not sleeping for a week.
It might be on fucking fire.
I have a better idea. How about we get the fucking job done on Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon and win it in 4?
You know what I could see happening? We've all shit on Reese in group messages on air.
Oh, he's gonna hit fucking 2
bombs
like Friday.
He's gonna hit like a walk-off homer Sunday.
Good.
Yeah,
with it.
Once again, he'll do something. Tom, once again, he'll do something to spite us. Exactly. He'll do the opposite of what we expect. It's
Alec did. Not us, because
Yeah.
I was never critical of Alec. I've always loved Alec. I never liked Reese, but
Reese Hoskins can win us the World Series this year, and I'd still be out on him.
Oh my God.
yeah, I'm not.
You're such a fucking
Loser.
hater, but I love it
Put him
though.
on a fucking Clydesdale.
Such a loser. I'm so sick of
on a
him.
Clydesdale for me, like Pat Barrel.
Oh my God! You can't do that. You can't.
Well,
do that.
Pat Burrell and the freaking Pugs.
They had like the same type of year.
Oh my God!
30 homers.
Yeah, pretty.
Let him be
Pat
a
hit
manager
little-
if he's such a
Pat hit
good
a little bit more
good
average,
guy in the
but yeah,
locker
they're
room.
pretty accurate.
All right.
Pat was
All right,
always
you want me to give a
cheap.
shot at the poll here?
Go ahead,
Yeah, give
Noah.
it a shot.
I have us winning this football game.
Nice.
I don't see Cooper. A lot of this has already been said. I don't see Cooper Rush coming in here and beating us. I really don't. I think our front seven. I think we're going to overwhelm the Cowboys' offensive line. I think we're going to turn Jason Peters into a turnstile that he is. And is he starting for them these days?
Well,
No.
he's on the injury report right now, Noah, so he
Oh,
might
what a
not even
shock.
play.
What a fucking shock!
He right now, I'll read you off of the NFL.com injury report. He's listed as questionable due to old. That's the reason for him possibly not playing.
Oh,
Hey, what
that's
up, brother?
outstanding.
Yeah.
See, I think Jason Peters just sneezed, so yeah, he's definitely not going to play.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, I guess we'll do a score later on, but I see this being a lower scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
I think both defenses are going to play pretty well on Sunday night, and I see the Eagles getting a touchdown in the middle of the fourth quarter to finally pull away.
Oh, that's something new. Scoring in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, points in the second half.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I think the health of especially our offensive line is key, just because of how dynamic their pass rush is, especially when they like to line up Parsons just all over the field, right? So with the likes of Mailata looking like he's coming back, obviously gives you a lot more confidence. So I'll absolutely still agree to the poll.
I guess I'm up.
Yep.
Sorry, I was looking at Austin Nola get railed in the face. I'm gonna go. We're gonna go.
Pause.
Yeah. Pause on that.
Pause, please.
I mean, that was a rough one. That
After
was a rough one.
late night prism after the Phils.
Prism at the dark.
All right.
Oh, the
All right.
umpire got it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
A little menage a trois.
equal opportunity over there, huh? Getting crazy.
Soiree.
You see the paper, these type of
Soiree.
things.
Came in on the red eye. Found my wife.
Hey,
It's a
remember
party
the
over there.
gangbang?
It's a party over there.
So yeah, we're 6-0. We're gonna be 6-0. No way. You guys already laid it out. Cooper Rush isn't coming
Laid
in
it
here.
out.
Yeah, a lot of people laying it out.
Nothing I could say. There's nothing I could say right now. Now I'll play a little devil's advocate. Let me preface it by saying that Rob Brinkman, creator of the Jalen Jitney, right now I'm driving the Jalen Jitney. I'm all on the Jalen Hurts bandwagon. I've been there since the beginning of the year. I'm so just the totally different style of quarterbacks that I've seen from last year to this year has just been incredible.
I'm not even on the Jalen Jitney. You have no right.
I'm on the Jalen Jitney. I'm driving. No, I'm
You're
driving.
fucking driving it?
I'm driving the Jalen
Whoa,
Jitney.
stop. Are you lucky you're allowed to hang on the back?
Whoa!
You understand?
Time out.
You
Me and Rob Brinkman, creators of the Jalen Jitney.
Oh my goodness.
What the hell is that? Why? What the hell is that?
It's a Jalen Jitney. You've heard of the Wentz wagon. Now it's the Jalen Jitney.
Oh, yeah, because the Wentz wagon aged well. I'm glad you did great in that.
Yeah, wonderful.
Using out the
we created that.
Yeah, I wonder how that wagon's doing in Washington.
Better cylinders, better engine.
Yeah, but you
drives
can't
faster.
You were driving the other one, and you drove the other one off the Walt Whitman.
Yeah, but now I got a better vehicle.
Hey, Ryan. How long's it gonna be, and how long's it gonna be until the Wentz wagon's dumped into the Potomac River?
Oh, it's already in there.
It's happening as we speak. No, I'll give you live updates.
It's already in there. But Jalen Hurts is the MVP this year. I mean, we said it on the rant booth. He's my MVP. He's competing with Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson right now. But we're the only 6-0 football team right now. And if there's any other quarterback in his position right now on this roster, Gardner Minshew, Carson Wentz in previous years, we wouldn't be 6-0. I mean, Jalen Hurts takes care of the football. And I said in the beginning of the season, as long as he converts on 3rd and long, whether it's with his arm or his legs, and we score touchdowns in the red zone, this team is going to go far. And the only thing Jalen Hurts has done through 5 weeks is convert 3rd and long and scored in the touchdown or scored in the red zone. So I'm all in on Jalen Hurts. I'm going to ride and die with Jalen Hurts. I would sign a check right now for him. That's how confident I am in him. He has proven to me that he is the quarterback of this franchise, and I'm all in. And he's going to beat the Dallas Cowboys Sunday night. And we are all there's going to be no more doubt for Jalen Hurts.
What game are you trying to pull right now? What are you trying to pull?
There's no strings attached.
Yeah, I love the confidence, but maybe let's wait until he wins a fucking playoff game until we're ready to cut a check for $400 million to the man.
Noah, or just wait until we legally can sign him. We can't sign him right now. We have to wait.
I'm not saying we sign him right now. I'm saying I would if we could.
Jimmy, this is where I gotta rip the carpet out from underneath you, because you, as of last year, you were pounding the table for Gardner Minshew. I'm happy that you came around the Jalen this year. You're not allowed to be driving anything. You're allowed to be on the wagon. Might put you in the back of the wagon, but you're still out on it. But you're absolutely not allowed to be the driver. All right?
With Jitney now.
With Jitney, I don't care. You said Jitney. What's the Jitney? I thought the Jitney's in the water. You know what I mean? I thought that's what floated around the water.
No. That was the duck boat. That was
the ducks.
The Jitney's in AC. You know, they rent it out for weddings and shit.
Yeah, it's cool. What I'm going to say to you again is you're not allowed to drive anything in regards to Jalen Hurts. You were more Team Carson than anybody I knew, which is fine because that's old news, right? And you came around and you believe in this guy, and I love that you believe in him. But you just, I'll speak for everybody on this panel. Out of all people, you ain't driving that. Let Brinks drive it. I mean, drunk as a skunk like a Zuna.
Brinks created it, and he said he's not even on it yet.
Why couldn't it have been the
How the fuck does that work?
Why couldn't have been the Jalen?
Doesn't even make sense.
Why couldn't have been the Jalen Jeep too? Why'd you have to pick a Jitney?
I mean, it's better than Jalen Jalopy. I mean, who the hell uses the term jalopy anymore?
You just did.
Like me.
You did.
I know.
You're the only one who just did. You did.
Is that a cosmic brownie? Nice. Yeah, good fucking choice. Good choice. Good choice. He's fucking. He's got the stress going.
Talking about stereo systems, catalytic converters in the car.
Here, I'll pull up a picture of a Jitney.
Yeah, the Jitney, the Atlantic City Jitneys that always run the red lights.
I know a cosmic brownie when I see one. You can't slide that past me.
He pounced on that quick. You pounced on that quick, Ralphie.
I saw the little rainbow sprinkles.
The glossy cover.
The little Jimmy's on top.
You know,
oh yeah, that looks like Super Bowl. That definitely doesn't that look like Super Bowl run right there?
But it's green.
That ain't getting you to fucking Phoenix.
Nope. That's breaking down the side of 295 right there.
I don't know if that'll get you to the link.
No, there's why.
I'm sure it gets you to the link.
No, people rent Jitneys from South Jersey, where I'm from, to drive to tailgates, and they get turnt in those Jitneys. I'm telling you, the Jitneys are a new thing.
Yes, I did, Bobby.
Jalen Jitney. Whoop, whoop.
Frank, please go.
I guess I'll go. I'll be I don't know how I'm going to follow up Jalen Jitney's.
Just agree to the fucking poll.
Well,
Love you, Frank.
I love it tonight. I love it.
well, if this game was in Dallas, I would have disagreed to the poll, but I agreed to the poll. You know.
That's gonna be a soundbite.
That a boy.
So, I'm not going to downplay Cooper Rush. I mean, they still got some, they still got some pieces on their offense like CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Zeke and Tony. But I'm not too intimidated by them, and we're riding high, 6-0, home field advantage, favored by a touchdown. So, give it to me, baby. And let's go 6-0.
Hey, you gonna be there, Frank?
Yes, I will.
I got to pull out the other brownie right now.
Yeah, you have to. Please.
Ralphie, did you go?
Yeah, I did. I
You
agree.
went first.
All right, you guys want to get
Can we make it a T-shirt?
How are those brownies, Tommy?
Jalen Jitney?
delicious? I wish they had a little extra in them. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
I hear you. Yeah, send me a batch.
Frank, that's all you should have did when they asked for the poll.
Yeah, just that. I should have. But I have my score on the other side, so I'm saving it.
Oh, look at it. We love the index cards. Back to school. Back to school night here on HUD Wednesday nights, everybody.
Back to
school.
Don't wait to be
Dad, I'm not a fool.
That's how 40-year-olds hold their phone. I know it's like it's so close.
Yeah.
That's how 40-plus-year-olds hold their phone.
And today's word of the day is jitney. So
You buy a stand. You know what I mean?
Sesame Street, the fucker.
$7. I think the stand was $7. Buy a stand. Treat yourself to a stand, Mel. Goodness gracious.
Christmas is coming, Noah. Treat yourself.
They even have ones that wrap around your neck so you can lay down and the phone not fall on your face. And
All right, remember, you got a chance to win $150. Got to be a subscriber, though. If you're not a subscriber, you can. Right? Chance to win $150. You nail the score. Eagles, Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. It's a weird one, right? Because we know they got a good defense. We talked about that as we went through the poll. A damn good one. They make plays. You're able to run the football on them, which is our big thing. It's going to be tough.
I know Molly said, Molly Mall put a comment on there. They don't allow a lot of second half points. Now, granted, they haven't played a lot of world beaters, but it's something we struggle with, right?
True.
You know what I mean? We definitely struggle with putting consistent drives and points on in the second half. Thankfully, we haven't had to, right? You know what I mean? We haven't had the need to very often. But they don't let up a lot of points, so it's definitely gonna be a good game. I think the line is 6.5 right now.
It is 6.5. That is correct, sir.
What's up, Jake?
All right, 27-17 Eagles. I just don't know how they score enough, right? I can see 24-17. Yeah, I can see 24-17. I don't think they get over 17 unless you turn the football over a lot, like we already talked about, right? So I'll say 27-17. I think it's close, but I think we get that fourth quarter score that we've been clamoring for, right? Because we've been clamoring for that fourth quarter score touchdown-wise. We had a big kick this week, obviously, and a big drive. But I think we got to go on another one. I think we're up 3. I think it's 2017, fourth quarter, and Jalen goes on that and one of those statement drives. And that's the nail in the coffin. We go up 10, ball game. So 27-17 Eagles. We'll do offense, defense part of games after we give our scores. Unless, let's do it that way. It's usually how we do it.
And the over-under kind of goes to that, Tommy. It's 42. So it's a lower over-under, than normal, right? You know what I mean? So kind of leads into, how do the Cowboys score?
Yeah, not sure. But our score predictions is brought to you by Gleason's Bar, located 6700 Mill Creek Avenue in Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D. You get 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or online. Gleason'sBarandSteaks.com is where you can find them. dumb A2D sent you. It's simple. 10% off. Inflation, everything going on in the world. Go treat yourself to a 10% off. All right, that's my score. Everybody out there, give us yours. Make sure you're screenshotting it. All right, got to have proof to win $150 in this country. All right, other countries maybe not. You just hold a gun up. Ralphie,
I'm gonna go 31-17 Birds.
Over 30. I like your head. I like where you're at. I don't like your head, but I like where you're at.
Oh my god! Yeah, I got you.
Went downhill when Nolan got railed today.
He loves your head.
Oh my god!
Pause.
I'll go 23-21 Birds.
Oh,
Yeah, you really
Rye's putting himself through the ringer on Sunday.
you really want to be sweating in their skinny sweatpants.
They're normal sweatpants. I don't know what to tell you.
No, because all new sweatpants, all new sweatpants, even ones I have, at the bottom, instead of going over your shoe like they used to, every one of them ties off the bottom now. Every sweatpants I buy from Nike, anywhere, I'm like, can I get an old school sweatpant? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want the tie off in the bottom. I'm 40 now. I'm a man.
I was going to say, you've seen me in those sweatpants no less than 30 times.
Oh, I
gotta go get those champions. Champions makes the sweatpants now for old men. You know, for your guys' age.
Wow, he's throwing out the old man over there.
23-21. That's a nail biter.
Ralph, I think I got more hair than you do. Old
Yes,
man.
you do. Yes, you do.
I'll be sweating if that's the score. Oh my god. Noah,
You alive?
winners are great.
Oh yeah, alive and well. I think I'm gonna break some Tito's vodka out of the freezer and drown my sorrows for tonight's sorry ass game.
What's your score for Sunday?
So what's your score prediction?
Have another brownie, Tommy.
This one's gonna be a little bit harder.
That's what she said.
Yeah, we're back to prison.
All right.
What's your score prediction for Sunday?
Shut the fuck up, Ralph.
Oh, Sunday. the birds and the boys, huh?
Yep. And the Browns.
Yeah, that one.
Just give us the fucking score prediction, Noah.
There we go. I think the Eagles win in a low-scoring affair, 20-10. They score a touchdown, mid to late fourth quarter to pull away.
Wow, if we own the 10, if we own the 10, I'm really not. I already feel good about our defense, but if we hold them to 10, I'm feeling really delicious about what we're doing. You know what I mean? Because that means we're stopping the run big time.
Meanwhile, Brinks wants to let us all know that the jitney is the finest form of transportation. 125, you ride all day long, and that is not a sponsor.
And it burns all the red lights.
Well, the reason they give you $1.25 is they're in cahoots with the casinos. You know what I mean? They want to get you everywhere. You know what I mean? You lost 200 there. We'll send you another place. Go lose another 2.
Hashtag it.
27-20. I'll go with a cover. I don't really feel that. I feel it's going to be closer, but I'll go 27-20.
I'll go 22-15. Eagles have a late fourth quarter touchdown, put them ahead.
22-15.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
We're doing score
We're going to have 5 field goals and then a touchdown?
Nah, I think we're going to be down.
Go from 15 to 22?
I think we're going to be down 15-14. We're maybe like 8 minutes left in the fourth. We're going to have a touchdown. And then
So
we're
it'll
going
be
to go
5
for 2.
field goals.
Well, I don't know. It's fun. It's funny how the NFL works out nowadays, Scores are always weird. So I think Cowboys.
You have a safety somewhere?
Cowboys will be up 15-14, and we'll come in late with a touchdown. We'll make the 2-point.
You having some brownies too there, Jimmy?
I wish. I freaking wish.
Stop on by, Jimmy. Thanks for getting me up.
125. Ride all night.
Right on up here. We'll share a brownie together. Joseph, that's fast. Titans picked against the Eagles every week. From week 1, he's undefeated going that side. That's going to continue. He's just taking one for the team here. It's bigger than him. You know what I mean? Oh my God, did he hit that out? Yeah. Oh, it's the Padres. Never mind. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Cronenworth?
Yes, sir. Right down the right field line.
They left Kimber off the roster for the DS.
Let's go.
I'll take him. I'll take him.
Let's go.
Shows you how good they are, right,
I
Craig?
take
Yeah.
I
Oh,
take
I know.
Kimbrel at first base.
This is Dave Roberts, though. Welcome to Dave Roberts' world. He'll
Yep.
overmanage himself right out of the playoffs like he always does. I don't care about the bubble year. He'll outmanage himself out of the playoffs every single year. Live bet the Padres tonight. Giddy up. Giddy
Me too,
up.
Tommy.
Frank, you have your card? There you go.
27-23 Eagles.
That's good, Frank. That's very
Okay.
good.
So offense and defensive players of the game. We'll start on the offensive side. We know where Jimmy's going.
125.
Trying to
Right
rub
all
Jimmy,
night.
apparently.
Right all night.
It's only $1.25.
Oh, they actually have a working Polaroid camera, and that's fun. That's pretty funny. Padres have a Polaroid in the dugout.
I think you got to run the football well on Sunday night.
Definitely.
You know? I think
That's
you
something
do.
the Rams taught you, right? The Rams, you can't throw the ball 50 times against this defense. You
Not
can't.
with Lawrence and Parsons. You
No.
cannot. So to me, it's got to be the run game that establishes. Obviously, I think Jalen's going to run the football well, but I'll go Miles. You know, didn't really get a lot of touches last week. Like I liked him, like I would have liked him to get. I mean, he got him in the fourth on that last drive, and they established something. So they got to go. They got to be what they are, and they should be a run first team that passes off the run. You know, it makes life easier. They're arguably the best offensive line in football, and like Ryan mentioned earlier, you know, you're getting Mulata back. Hopefully, it looks like it, trending that way. And if that's the case, go pound the ball down their throat. Let your big dogs go eat. Put them on their heels a little bit, and let Miles go for over a honey cut and a TD. I don't want to say he gets two because, you know, now we're asking for a lot. But I'll say he goes over 100 yards, touchdown, offensive player of the game, Miles Sanders.
Healthy.
I like it.
I apologize. Offensive player of the game for me is going to be Dallas Goedert. 2 touchdowns this week.
2.
2 of them. Yep.
Like your head again.
To me, Miles is the great pick, Tom, but just to go a little bit different. They didn't get AJ Brown the ball after, I believe, the first quarter.
Yeah.
I think it was those 3 quick passes and then they didn't see him again. And just going by what this Eagles offense and these coaches have done both this season and last year, even though we didn't have half the weapons last year as opposed to what we have this year. If a weapon like a Goddard or a Smith in this case, you know, especially early parts of this season, had a down week or they didn't have a lot of targets, they make it a point to get it to him. And I hear everybody saying, "Oh, Trayvon Diggs is on him." Trayvon Diggs, yeah. I mean, I think AJ Brown himself said today he has that wide receiver mindset. So throwing it anywhere near him, you know, it's a risk of getting picked off and him going to the house with it. AJ Brown has to have a pulse in this game, and they have to get him the ball for this offense because he is that safety blanket. As much as the running game has been really good, as much as Devontae has been really strong ever since week 2, AJ Brown is the biggest difference maker on this offense that isn't the quarterback. So I think it's going to make it a point to get it to him early, get it to him in the red zone. So I'll go with him as my player of the game.
Yeah, it's a great pick. I was thinking about it if they were throwing the football because he didn't have a big week last week that he sort of the ebb and flow catches up, and he does. The only reason I steered is because of Diggs, even though I know he's feast or famine at times, right? Like he'd come up with a big play and then get beat. A lot of corners do that, but he's such a playmaker. I wonder, like my question to that is I wonder if they're aggressive going at them. Like I wonder if they say, "Hey, our guy's that good that we're not going to steer clear of a guy. We're going to go attack him because we believe our guy's better," or do they go to the other side and they go a little passive, and then that's where Dallas and Devontae, you know, get the football out. Maybe not even Dallas because they got good linebackers, right? So maybe somebody said in the chat, maybe it's a big Devontae game. I mean, obviously, we're going to leave him out there for somebody else, but I do like the ebb and flow of AJ though because he's better than Diggs. and he's bigger than Diggs. So let AJ go ball. Like, don't be scared. You know what I mean? It's not like you're throwing to Deion. It's not like Deion's covering somebody. So I don't like playing scared with corners unless the guy is that elite where it's like, hey, I can't throw his way. He's a blanket.
I guess I'll go for my next play of the game. So I'm going to claim Devontae Smith on this one.
Just swoops in and steals. Just swoops in and steals everyone's spot.
Well, let me
Swoop
think
in
of
and
something.
win.
Let me think of somebody new.
He jumped the gun.
I think I want to maybe same game parlay action this. Maybe go Birds money line and parlay maybe another 2 touchdowns for Jalen Hurts, just because until I see that, he isn't the main guy within the 10-yard line, you just got to keep riding with him, right?
No, you're right.
It's almost easy money at this point that Jalen Hurts is an anytime touchdown scorer. Mm-hmm. And if he's going to give you a rushing touchdown at least, probably in the first quarter, first couple drives, and he just manages the game the way that he has been and going even further than that, I'll give Jalen Hurts player of the game on the offensive side of the ball. And when it comes to the defensive side,
we're not there yet, Jimmy.
We're not doing.
Hold your horses.
Well, sorry.
See, you're running that red light on that Jalen Jitney.
Well, yeah, obviously, because I'm the driver of a Jitney. So what can I say? Go ahead, Greg.
Stop at the Reds.
I'll go. I want to go offensive line just because I think it's going to be crucial, but I'll go Dallas. He's really the only guy left.
Yeah, the Dallas threw me for a curveball. I'm like, wait, what happened? I know it.
Well, no, Ralphie already went Dallas. But there's not really much left. Ralphie went Dallas.
No, you're right.
How about Jack Stahl, Greg? You like him?
No.
Trey Sermon. Big Trey Sermon game.
Yeah,
all right, I guess we're looking for an offensive player of the game.
We are.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Give me here's a wild card for you. Give me Quez Watkins.
Nice. A lot of people in the chat
he scores on a deep ball.
There's a lot of comments like that.
I think Joe beat you to it.
We're right on the same page as you. I know Dylan said it. I think somebody else said it too. It would have been Bobby.
Tom, can I give you guys this quick note on the defense before we go into defensive player of the game? Because I think this will
note it up.
Yes, because I think this will factor in. And if Jonathan Gannon is watching, which he should be, Jonathan, this is just a little bit of advice. So we all know Jonathan Gannon. It's anything but the big play. Oh, it can't happen. We can't see a big play. And listen, nobody likes to see a big play go against you. Absolutely not. But what Jonathan Gannon should know is that with Cooper Rush, Dallas is not a big play offense, which you would probably think otherwise because you have weapons like Gallup and Lamb, et cetera, et cetera. They've only had 12 completions over 20 yards this entire season. That's the 4th lowest in the NFL. They have 44 passing first downs and or just 8.8 per game. That's 5th worst. So for Jonathan Gannon, we're going it against. I get it, Cooper Rush, great story and everything, but in comparison to Dak Prescott and many other quarterbacks in this league, inexperienced, okay, not up there as far as talent. He's a backup quarterback. He's a very good backup quarterback. You should already go after him anyway because nobody's been able to make him uncomfortable and even tried in past weeks, whether it's the Rams, the Commanders, etc. And that's bitten them. And 2, they have shown you they are not a legitimate threat for the big play, at least in the first 5 weeks. Now, is anything capable with CeeDee Lamb on the other side of the field, going crazy for 50 yards? Yes, he's that kind of talent. But they're not somebody like the 2020, 2021 Kansas City Chiefs that it's going to be big play, big play, big play. Therefore, go after him, pressure him. So I'm hoping Gannon realizes that and says, oh, okay, this is one thing we don't need to worry about. Let's just go crazy and make him uncomfortable.
Yeah, the double up on that, I'll say real quick, is that forget even I love blitzing, but forget even blitzing for a second. If you just play press man and you're getting up on guys and you're making the wide receivers uncomfortable, right? Because at the end of the day, they're going to try to screen game. They're going to run the football, right? They're going to go for the short passes. So if you can have everybody up on the line more and stack the box and say, to your point, hey, go beat me, right? Am I going to blitz at times? Of course, right? But like I got to believe that my front four can win too. But bigger than that, like to your point, you just can't play 8 yards off guys in this week. Like, nobody's going to beat you over the top, and if they do, it's a tip the cap, right?
Yes.
They do, and they do it once. Okay, once, shame on us. You do it twice. Okay, now I got to then change my game plan, right? But to your point, you got to come in and be the aggressor. You got to come in and say, hey, you ain't beating me with 5-yard dink and dunks. If you're going to beat us, you're beating us over the top. And I believe my front four and bringing an extra guy at times is enough to get home at you, right? 'Cause I think we're like, I feel like we're like 5th in the NFL in sacks or something.
We are definitely up there.
So I mean, granted, we had one big week where we got after Carson a ton, but still, we can get after the quarterback a little bit. We got to be able to press and get after him, and like I said, make him feel uncomfortable, and say, if you beat us over the top, then you beat us over the fucking top.
And I hear what, like, Molly, I understand that, you guys have done well against the blitz, but I'm not even necessarily saying like, oh, we need to blitz him every time. I'm not necessarily talking about the blitz. I'm just talking about exactly what Tom said. We saw way too much of the sticks defense last week. And I get it. Listen, you had Josh Jobe and you had, random backups out there playing your slot cornerback for most of the time. And that's not going to cut it. You're going to change things. But it was sticks defense and then getting beat down the middle of the field every single time. You can't allow that to happen when you have guys of that caliber, and especially guys like Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott catching passes out of the backfield. It's not going to work for you. And they're going to kill you on the time of possession, which you don't want happening on your own home field because the crowd's not going to get involved.
No, that's why you got to stack box and say, go ahead, beat me. And if he beats you, he beats you. Right? And then you got Jordan Davis up the middle. So, defensive player of the game. I went with a guy last week. What, Greg?
You all right there? Top 5 in sacks.
Top 5.
Tie,
okay.
We're tied for 4th.
All right.
With 17. The leader is the Niners with 21.
Where's Dallas?
Right there, 20.
Okay.
When's the last time we were even close in leading the league in sacks?
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Greg's son.
Oh.
I was gonna go with my guy I went last week, who ended up paying off, and that was Mr. Chauncey Gardner, or Gardner Johnson. Sorry, Chauncey Gardner Johnson. I love the hyphenations, but he had a big pick. He had his first career pick as an Eagle, so that was a big play in that football game.
Huge.
I was going to go with him again, but I do think he has a good game again because he's been very consistent. I feel like good open field tackler. I like his energy, but I got to go with TJ. TJ's got to have a monster game for us. And listen, through 5 weeks of the year, TJ Edwards has played above and beyond what I expected. And what I love is, you draft the middle linebacker who in my opinion is a damn good one. And what it does is it makes guys freaking lock in even more and say, you know what, you ain't taking my job. And he's proven that. And I love when that happens. I love when competition makes another guy better. And I don't give a shit who my middle linebacker is, right? I'm not attached to anybody. I'm attached to playmakers, right? I don't get attached to the jersey. I get attached to playmakers. So right now he's been a flat out playmaker for us. And I think he's upwards in, I'll say 14, 15 type tackles this week and a forced fumble. That's what separates him. 15 tackles and a forcey. Let's go, TJ. I say that. 4 tackles on this 20.
I said this to someone the other day. Nakobe Dean, like you said, Tom, TJ Edwards is single-handedly keeping Nakobe Dean off the field. That's the reason why. Nakobe Dean, I saw a ton of people getting kind of panicky with oh, is this a sign he's not ready? No. If Nakobe Dean would be starting linebacker on 23 other NFL teams. Thankfully, he doesn't need to be. We've said this in past weeks. Any of our Eagles teams the last 15, almost 20 years, he's starting at linebacker. This is one of those years where you actually addressed it and it worked. Mm-hmm. So that's why Nakobe Dean isn't playing. TJ Edwards
is top 20 in tackles in the NFL.
Yeah.
Right. I'll say this to that, right? I love Nakobe. You know how I feel about Nakobe. So, I don't it's not a problem he's not playing. It's actually a benefit. Yeah. Where you're like, oh wow, the guy in front of him who is cheap as dirt, right? That guy is figuring it out and becoming literally a guy you can argue is a damn good middle linebacker so far in this league this year, right? Damn good one, pretty consistent, good open field tackler, decent cover guy, right? He'll make a big player too. So I mean that's a blessing. That and the other side of it is I can bring a kid along slowly too. I love young guys playing, right? But if I can also bring them along slowly, let them play special teams, get better, get bigger, get stronger, and bigger than that, give a body that's had a big toll on him through his college career a little bit of a breather too, which nobody factors that in. Like I'm letting that body breathe too, babe, and that's a good thing for these players because listen, when you're playing big SEC football like he did, I mean you're taking a beating, dude. You're taking a beating over how many years he started. I don't know if he was a 4-year starter, but he's probably at least minimum a 2-year starter.
I want to say he was a 3. I'm not sure.
Probably started for 3 years, and that's a lot of wear and tear on, especially a smaller type middle linebacker too, right? But he's smart as shit. But what TJ showed you is he's pretty smart too. So I love it. I love it. This creates depth. I can never say depth, right? It creates you being deeper. I always like that way. You're deeper. Right, but deeper is a good thing because guys get banged up, man. Right, guys always are getting banged up. Look at our offensive line. We talked about this before the year started. Like I wasn't trading Andre Dillard. Now he hasn't played yet because he got hurt, but I wasn't trading him because I said, dude, you're a lot of injury away from Jack Driscoll all day, which is fine. Jack's held up, but it's really nice to say, okay, if Milano went down again, at least I have Dillard. At least I have a guy that's proven he's decent. He's not going to live up to being a number 1 pick, right? Or wherever he, at the end of the first round, right when he was picked, but he's serviceable. And you need to be deep, especially up front, and especially your front 7 on the defensive side of the football, too, because you're a TJ Edwards injury away from the Kobe Dean playing, right?
Well, and he's going to get plenty of opportunities. He's going to get plenty of opportunities to play next year because you're not – Kaiser's playing out of his contract. Like, you're not going to be able to – if he continues playing like he's playing, he's getting a lot of money on the open market, which he deserves. So he'll have plenty of opportunities.
You're right, Ryan. That's where TJ and the Kobe come in, and
which becomes a very cost-efficient. That's a really cost-efficient linebacking core that's young.
Absolutely,
a guy on a rookie contract and undrafted free agent. Now you're going to have to pay TJ, and if he continues playing like this, you're probably going to have to pay him by the end of this year. But still, that's a good problem to have. I'll go right there with the young guys.
There you go. The good thing is, I don't think you're going to have to overpay him. Because it's essentially his first good year. So you're not going to have to pay him top 10 linebacker money, but you might have to pay him whatever, somewhere in the range of top 20, 25. Yeah. But that's okay because you have a 3rd-round pick playing next to him that costs pennies.
Yeah, I think he's making, Frank, if you can check this in a few minutes, I think TJ's making $700,000. He's not making anything.
I'll check it right now.
I guess you get $5 million.
Yeah,
a $5 million a year contract. You know what I mean? Maybe 4 or 5 years, or maybe 4 years, $30 million.
Okay. So his contract right now for TJ is 1 year with $2.2 million.
Oh, so they must have extended him somewhere in there. They must have brought. Oh, I think he was one of the guys they brought back for a year. Like they did the option or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can see that going up to 5, right? Which isn't overpaying.
Mm-hmm. It's funny we're talking about the young guys in the depth. I think you were off of camera. I think you went away for a second last week, Tom, when I said this to the other guys. I thought Jordan Davis was going to have kind of a breakout-ish game where he was really good. He showed his presence. He did. I'm going to call him as my player of the game for this week because I think we're really going to need him because of the threat of Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. And I can lead this by saying, all the Pro Football Focus numbers where he's top 12 in the NFL in defensive tackle numbers. That's great. But just taking the numbers out of it, you're seeing every week now his presence be felt a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And that's still with limited snap counts. So you're seeing that at the floor, at the minimum, he is an NFL run stopper by definition. Now you look at it for the trajectory of his career, not necessarily this year. If he can lose some pounds where he can stay on the field longer and really develop that pass rush ability, we're looking at an absolute monster for a long time in Philadelphia. But he's flat. He flashed all over the field last week. I think he continues it in a big game this week.
Hey, choke slam their center.
Yeah.
He's a flat out monster on the football field. And I'll say this, right? And this is the biggest thing, and this is why Howie's a step ahead of people, in my opinion. This league defensively and what offenses want to do is it's all this like umbrella type defense where nobody wants to get beat over the top, right? And it's almost forcing teams to have to run the football to beat teams or really play small ball, right? Why you're seeing guys like Carson Wentz think out loud is because teams are forcing you to check down. Teams are forcing you to play underneath. Teams are forcing you to use the middle of the field. Teams are not allowing you. Like we give Jonathan Gannon a lot of shit, as rightfully so, right? But the whole league is running this umbrella bullshit, right? Where they're like, I'm not going to get beat over top. You're going to have to go on extended drives. You're going to have to run the football to beat us. My point of it is when you have a monster run stopper, a Vince Wilfork type, right? He doesn't need to get after the quarterback. He needs to come in and shut the run down, because if he shuts the run down, you make teams one-dimensional in this league. We know how that goes. So I think Howie's a step ahead on how defenses and offense are going about their business now in 2022, and I think it's a genius pick. I don't care if he's playing 17 snaps a game. Those 17 snaps are impactful. Every snap he's on the football field is impactful. I don't think it's conditioning why he can't play more. I just think that they love to rotate guys, and they got 4 really good ones. So, that's what I want you to do, because I'd rather have a fresh Jordan Davis. And I think last thing, I think he's done better in his few moments of collapsing that pocket, right, and getting upfield on passing downs. I saw it like twice last week where I thought he had a good push. He was getting double teamed, but he had a good push.
Yeah, and on top of all that, part of what he's flashing is his incredible athleticism. Like, I don't think he necessarily needs to lose any weight, right? Like, to your point, it would sure help a little bit, but that dude is a freak of nature athletically already.
He called up to James Conner. He called up to James Conner on the one.
To catch a running back on the sideline, it's insane.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Can't even fathom it.
Guys, this guy should have been. I say it again, and we talked about it on draft night, and I hate to do this because we talked about the Georgia defense so much, right? But I'll say it again. You want to listen? The DM who went, he's a stud puppy. The rest of their defensive players were studs, right? But it all started because of that man.
Yep.
That man is the reason teams couldn't run the football on them. That man, even in college, people gave him shit, but I thought he did a pretty good job of collapsing the pocket, man, because he's getting double teamed. You can't single team him on a pass play because he's gonna blow that guy up. He's gonna push him 4 or 5 yards back. He's a problem. He should have been a top 5 pick. If you want to be honest about it, he's a top 5 pick because he's a game changer. But teams look at it like, oh, he can only be on running downs, right? And they look at it and they poo-poo it, and they don't realize, like, dude, this is how teams win Super Bowls. I mean, look at all the great defenses through the history of us watching defenses. What did they all have?
A guy like Jordan Davis.
They all had a guy like that.
Yeah, they all had a huge run stopper.
The Patriots through their
Wilfork.
You couldn't run against them.
Yep.
You could not run up the middle against them. And Vince was like, Jordan, he can go sideline to sideline. He's a little quicker than he is.
Who was the moose from Baltimore?
Siragusa.
Well, Siragusa too, but the dude that came out of Oregon.
Thibodeau?
No.
Oh, back when they won it.
Well, you got BJ Raji.
Haloti Ngata is another guy.
BJ Raji was a guy.
Middle that can't be moved and stops the run like this. It changes everything. It makes life on your linebackers easier. Like Nakobe was a first-round pick grade in my eyes, right? But a big part of his success is Jordan Davis, right? And I'll continue to say that. A big part of, Walker, their D-end?
Yeah,
who went to Jacksonville. That guy's, don't get me, that guy's a freak, right? But if you put a gun to my head, I'm taking the other guy. I said this on air. I said this that day, and I'm not crowning myself. I'm wrong plenty. I'm just saying that guy is the reason their defense was 85 Bears-ish in college. They're so freaking good that you couldn't run the football. Alabama couldn't run the football. Alabama runs on everybody. That dude's taking on 3 blocks, just holding guys up. What a monster. What a great pick. And, hopefully, I think this week, Rye gets over 17 because I think that they're going to try to run the football a lot because that's their MO. And I think he's the reason we win this football game, too. I love the pick. And I think he opens up a ton of stuff for TJ to get 15 tackles. So, let's go.
Ralphie, I jumped you, so go ahead.
I'll go James Bradbury. He gets another interception this week.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with Marcus. I love this. What up, Marcus? Catch Marcus every Thursday night, Pro Fan Talk, only on HUD Radio. Former Eagles running back Marcus Thomas. He's the best. To Tom's point, I played with the Fridge. When he was in his prime, very similar skill set to Davis, but Davis is bigger and faster. It's amazing. And we go back to another guy, 85 Bears, great defense. Why? It starts with stopping the run. And I don't care what year of football it is. It could be 2075. And it's always going to come down to who can stop the running game and make teams one-dimensional. And this guy is a freaking problem. And guess what? Back when Fridge was playing, I think like 88, I was a Fridge for Halloween season right upon us. Yeah, I figure I dish that one out. I'll find that.
That's a good one. I will go with no, you're good. I'll go to the opposite side of Ralphie there. I'll go big play Slay.
Big play Slay.
I'm similar with Ryan on this one. Only I'm going to go with a guy that a lot of Eagles fans had as Defensive Player of the Year through 6 weeks last season, and he hasn't quite waken up since then. And that's Javon Hargrave. I think it's going to be imperative for this defense to clog up the middle, stop Ezekiel, stop Pollard, and I think Javon Hargrave is going to have a good game. Get a sack in there and stop the run.
I like Javon. He's been a little underwhelming this year, a little bit underperforming in my opinion. But he has the ability to get hot, right? He's like a hitter in baseball, right? Javon comes in waves, right, Jimmy?
Yep.
He's always through his tenure here. I feel like it's came in waves, so I like it. Maybe he has a little wave game. Hey, wave.
I guess I'll go. I'm going to go with Hassan Reddick as my defensive player of the game.
He was a close number 2 for me.
Yeah, I couldn't go with. I mean, I wanted to go with Darius Slay, but I'm like, and I'll let somebody jump me for that. So I'm going to go Hassan Reddick on that.
He didn't swoop in. To get Hassan Reddick.
Nah. I'll just
Frank. It's a good pick because they already had a banged up offensive line.
Yep.
But I think they're missing one of their left guards again, and Jason Peters is basically their emergency plan.
Pretty much.
It can't be Jason Peters. It's going to be a guy who I believe before this year has never played left guard.
Yeah. And if it is Jason Peters, I expect some. I mean, Noah has said it earlier in the show. A walking turnstile, and
I was going to say, if Jason Peters ends up playing, Frank,
it'll be the best day of my life.
He's going to be the Eagles' defensive player of the game.
So their left guard situation right now is a combination of whoever's healthy and who doesn't suck the most of Connor McGovern, Matt Farniok, and 60-year-old Jason Peters.
Matt Farniok.
I think that I guess that's a person, Jimmy. I'm not going to lie. Before I read that name, I didn't know that person existed.
See,
I mean, hey, he could be a guest on
Party Rock.
I'm not going to go on with the joke, but you know where I'm going to go with it.
In all seriousness, no. If Jason Peters ends up in the game, it's going to be a good night here in Philadelphia.
Yeah. I can't imagine the reception he'll get, but
well, why?
It better be booze.
Yeah, I think it'll be booze.
Why?
It'll be booze.
Why would it be booze?
Dude demanded more money when he was just hot garbage.
I mean, we're probably going to give him the
Hall of Famer.
Right, thank you very much.
But they gave him the money.
He should be losing brownie points for what he did in his last preseason. Last preseason here was absolute dog shit, and he asked for more money.
Tackle of all time.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
No. He went from left guard to left tackle, and he demanded more money when
They gave it to him. They gave it to him, Jimmy.
He asked for it.
This is one of the best trades Andy Reid's made in his tenure here. When he went Peters. This guy was a cog and a blindside bully for years here. and because the end he was old and was hanging on for dear life, and we kept giving him money because the owner loved him, we're then gonna wish ill will on him though? Like, he's a Cowboy, I get it, but I can't be mad at a guy for
his family's all Cowboys fans, so
he doesn't deserve the Super Bowl ring that we got. Halapuli Vaitai filled in just fine for him.
Oh my God, you're a problem. You're what gives us
deserve it. He's one of the reasons we were there.
Okay,
you're not driving any jitney. You're not. You're done. Wow. You're done.
He called us bad. He called us idiots. He called us.
We are idiots.
We are idiots.
I'm not an idiot.
You are the biggest one, though.
I'm an idiot, and I wear it with a badge of honor.
No, in all seriousness, he did rub me the wrong way when he went to the front office and asked for more money. When I forget which left tackle went down.
We did the same thing with Milano before he proved it, right? I mean, Tommy's still probably
25 years younger than him, and he's a monster
that's
compared
what you
to
do
Jason
with your
Peters
left
right
tackle,
now.
though. You pay your left tackle.
You
have to pay your left tackle. That's the premium in the NFL. So if he comes in at left guard and moves the left tackle to keep him happy, you pay him. That's what we did with Jordan Mailata before he proved that he was a stud.
Yeah, Jimmy. Anybody
what happens.
Anybody who wasn't critical of the Mailata signing doesn't have a feel for life. That's all, because he didn't prove he was a bookend left tackle yet. To us, we don't see him in practice. But we don't see him in practice. We don't see behind the scenes, so we can only go off of like what you showed. And he showed he was good, but he didn't show us yet that he was worth that money. Credit to him, he's going out and proving it when he's healthy, right? That he's worth the money. But at the time, he wasn't. Like Greg's point, he wasn't worth all that money yet. Just like Josh Sweat wasn't. You know what I mean? Like those guys weren't worth like guaranteed money yet.
Yeah, but Mailata's proving it now, and it's a team-friendly deal because
JP proved it for 12 years, Jimmy.
First off, Jason Peters didn't miss games at his point of Mailata's career, okay? Mailata's missed a little bit too many for my liking, all right, if you want to be honest with you. In his little stints, he's missed a little bit too much for my liking. Jason Peters didn't come off the field, Jimmy, in his prime. Just to riddle you that, all right, for the young bucks you don't remember. He didn't come off the damn field. That dude was the best left tackle in football at one point. How are you going to be ill will to him?
I mean, what did we win when he was the best left tackle in football? In all seriousness,
freaking championship, and he wasn't the best left tackle anymore. But we still won a championship. He was part of that roster, and we won a lot of football games with him at left tackle too.
We won one Super Bowl.
You're out of pocket. You're out of pocket.
Him, and he wasn't even playing.
You're out of pocket.
And somebody came in and filled in his spot, just like a lot of other guys that won in that.
Your boy toy, somebody filled in his spot too. You're still giving.
That's what I'm saying.
You're still giving. You're still giving him a ring. You still say we don't get there without him.
We don't.
Okay.
A left tackle is a lot different than a quarterback.
Is it?
It is.
You don't have a tackle.
The quarterback's on the freaking.
What's Halapuli Vaitai doing right now?
He's on the bench in Detroit.
He's
on the bench in Detroit. He can't even play.
And he filled in Jason Peters' spot just fine here.
Jimmy,
we won a Super Bowl.
In his career, are you okay?
I'm looking at his career, but in the last 3 years here, he sucked. And then we signed him to be a left guard, and then our left tackle got hurt, and then he had to slide over, and then he went up to Howie Roseman, went on his knees, and asked him for more money.
What does that have to do with his body of work?
I'm not saying anything about his body of work. I'm saying what he did in his last few seasons here in this city rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, including myself.
I can't believe we're still on this conversation.
Yeah, like, can we move on? The Jason Peters hate. And there's a lot of guys that hate, babe. Come on. I can name you a list right now. I mean, you're on the Reese Hoskins hate. Continue that train in Jitney. All right. But like some guys just don't need to be hated. Reese is another guy. Like, he just hate him. Just say, hey, he's not good enough. I know what he is. All right. Be cool in the locker room, bro. Be cool. Be cool behind the scenes.
Yeah. Tell him to be a manager if he's not good in the locker room.
Jason Peters was meaningful here.
Yeah.
Philly D, who cares if he was money?
2010 all-decade team, 9-time Pro Bowl, 4-time second team All-Pro, 2-time first team All-Pro.
Can I refresh everybody's freaking memory for a second here with how dare a pro athlete ask to be paid more, even though everybody in everyday living life would like to be paid more, by the way? He literally saw that Howie Roseman and Doug Peterson and Jeffrey Lurie, as soon as the Super Bowl was won and Doug Peterson was going on book tours, that he was paying all of the veterans hey, here's some money here. Here's an extension here. Alshon Jeffrey, you haven't played in a year, but we're going to give you a 4-year extension here. And JP went into there and said, hey, I did a lot for you. I'm a left tackle. I'm kind of important. I protect the guy named Carson Wentz who doesn't know what a pocket presence is. Pay me. Something every other athlete has done with way less of a resume than Jason Peters. Is he good anymore? No. Should he be in the league anymore? No. But guess what? He is. You know why? Because he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Because of all of those things that he did on the Philadelphia Eagles.
And because Jerry is dumb enough to pay him.
That's not my problem. And that's not my problem.
Exactly. Yo, if Jerry was dumb enough to pay me.
Yes, Philly D, they did. Just like they paid everybody else. I've never seen people get so upset for an athlete asking to be paid more. I've never seen,
They shouldn't be paid more. They get paid millions of dollars to throw football around in their life. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, we're not really all hoopty-doo for James Harden taking his pay cut.
Jimmy,
and I'm not the biggest James Harden fan. But for him to opt out of that contract of 45, whatever it was, guaranteed money, and to take less money, that's saying something. Because at the end of the day, he's still an athlete that's getting paid tens of millions of dollars to throw around the ball.
Jimmy,
Jason Peters sucked at the end of his tenure here in Philadelphia, and he had the balls to go up to the front office and ask for more money. Just play your contract, dude. Help out your team.
Actually, he took 3 pay cuts when he started sucking, if we actually want to keep track of
and then when he had to go back to left tackle, he was like, oh, I'm going back over to left tackle. Give me more.
Because it's a premium position.
Mm-hmm. That he sucked at, and he was probably going to be off the field within 2 weeks. And guess what? He
obviously didn't suck that bad. They played every game.
Because you needed him, apparently.
So obviously he didn't suck that bad. You didn't have a better option.
Okay, and then how long did it take him to get hurt and get taken out of the game? But yeah, we're okay with giving him that money and giving him all the praise in the world.
The money
you know, an all-decade team when you won one Super
Bowl. Who cares? He's gone.
Your timeline is 3 years off. And by the way, the last thing, athletes don't deserve to get paid more. We're sitting here at 12:04 at night on a freaking Thursday now talking about them. Therefore, they deserve to be freaking paid. If we're talking about them on a freaking show, that means they're doing pretty good with promoting their sports. It's a television show, Jimmy.
And that's why we're idiots, right?
Damn. I thought I was Jason.
Hey,
Jason
Jimmy.
Hater.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm going to go to the freezer now and grab some vodka.
Yeah, Katie, pour me a shot, please.
I got you, bud. Sending one your way.
Still live? I didn't even know if we were still live anymore.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Okay, did everybody give their defensive player of the game or whatever the hell?
Yep.
No, I didn't.
Oh, my God.
Just go.
Just give a player.
You ready?
Pick a player.
Name Jason Peters. Name Jason Peters, please.
You did. I thought you were going Jason Peters.
Yeah,
Just go. Go.
Go.
Go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck. Give
That's
me...
not the name of a player.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Just pick
fuck.
a
I threw a
guy.
fucking blank.
Tommy, can I have a bite?
Has he named a player yet?
Just pick a
Is
player.
it still going on? I feel like this is like the Jason Peters conversation. Like, let's
Oh,
go.
my God.
91, Fletcher Cox. There you go. 2
Give
sacks.
me
Good
Avante
job.
Maddox. Yo, Avante Maddox. Here you go. Pick 6.
Proud of you.
If he plays.
Here we go. Jesus.
I'm just saying, isn't he questionable? Did he practice today?
It's week 6, Jimmy.
He was.
No, I'm not. I'm not even trying to take a shot at Avante. I love Avante. I'm just wondering, is he?
He's on track to play, Jimmy.
All
He's
right,
on
good.
track to play.
Pick 6, Jimmy.
There we go.
You
Where's
would.
that?
Yo,
love
and
Avante hate Jason
And if he
Peters.
doesn't play,
I love Avante.
he'll log on
That would be
to.
your fan trajectory right there.
I love me some slot cornerback.
Pick 6 and
in this
Avante
city.
Maddox runs over Jason Peters on his way
Oh my
to
God,
the
that would be wonderful. Jason Peters will try and sprint and he'll accidentally shit himself.
Oh, man.
Yo, Avonte Maddox will trip over Jason Peters as he lunges into the end zone.
Oh, look, a cricket.
All right. Our picks that are coming up now. We'll go through the slate of NFL games. Give you our picks, and we'll give you our locks of the week. Our picks are brought to you by Araya Public Adjusting. Do you have damage to your home or property? They may be able to help. Don't fight your homeowner's insurance alone. Contact our good friends at Araya Public Adjusting, 813-564-3364. And we know, obviously, a lot of our family in Florida has dealt with obviously Hurricane Ian down there, and Araya Public Adjusting is actually located in Florida. So that's where they started. So feel free to reach out. My good friend Sean, he'll take care of you and help you out any way he can. And that's Araya Public Adjusting. All right, Frank. You're up.
All right. So, updated standings.
I don't know if I want to hear this.
All right.
How did we all do this week, Frank? What was our record?
Well, nobody had an Ofer, which is good. No Ofer Gophers.
Good.
So let's see. The person with the best record in terms of, well, one Mr. Chromiak went 4-1. Followed by you, Mr. Brodo, going 3-1.
Good for you.
You, Mr. Delavecchio, went 2-2.
Nice. Take 500.
Tom went 2-3.
Hate to see it.
I went 1-2-1.
1-2-1.
I'm not going
Ralph.
How do you go 1-2-1?
Minnesota. I push with Minnesota because
Oh.
they somehow blew a lead and managed to keep it within 7. So it's a push. And one Mr.
No. Ralph, we were having a good night.
I know we were. I apologize for
I
that.
don't hate to say
That
it.
was a little aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, I've been aggressive. I've been trying to catch up, and I just cannot. And then I think back and like, did I really pick that team? Like before the game kicks off on Sundays, I'm like, did I really pick them? Like, who are you? What are you doing? Stop trying to be the cutest guy in the room. Get back to your bread and butter, like the run game, and start picking some winners, Tom. So Frank's still in first, right? Chrome's still in first.
Still in first, yes. And Greg went 1 for 5 last week.
Yeah, nobody cared about that. That's why I cut you off before we even got to him.
Yeah.
We know where he's.
So the current standings in terms of win percentage.
My Chargers was a win when the line came out game time, but
Here we go. Here we go with another.
No mulligans.
Fucking mulligan. Here we go.
Not mulligans.
That's like Barry Bonds. He got all these asterisks.
I did. Hey, I missed the guy, but I did have a Buffalo Bill getting two tutties. I just had the wrong guy.
All right. So in terms of win percentage,
Freddie!
Freddie, yes. The percentages of Freddie for 681 for Chrome. Ryan, 456. Tom and Ralph tied at a 400 win percentage.
All right, not bad.
Me going 369. Damn, I'm fine. Saka to me, baby, one more time. And Greg in last with a 36 win percentage.
Oh yeah, terrible.
To the windows, to the walls, and let's make some locks.
Sweat drop down, Bob.
All right.
I've got him, Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay. We start on the greatest game ever invented. It's definitely a good idea that this game is on television tomorrow night.
Dude,
let's go to the.
This is almost pathetic as the Broncos being on primetime again.
Yeah.
Well, if you thought the Broncos were bad, let's go to the Commanders traveling to Chicago.
I'd rather watch.
Hold on. Let me give you the freaking line, Frank.
Give me the line.
The line, the Commanders are a -1 favorite, so it's so bad that there's barely a favorite. And the over-under is set at a whopping 38.
Wow.
Give me the Bears at home.
Yeah, Washington. This is a lock for me, Frank. You can lock this up.
What's your lock?
Washington.
Washington -1.
I am also going Washington lock. I mean, Chicago's quarterback doesn't throw the football.
No, I don't know how Washington. I really don't. I mean, I can tell you how they do. But I mean,
5 interceptions.
yeah. Somebody calls the ball, but I gotta feel like bro, your coach just called you out. Are you ever going to play your best football of the year? Time's now for you, Cars. Bears
Ralph,
think
you going Bears?
Huh?
Ralph, you went Bears?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Was that a lock?
You want to put a lock on
no.
That's right, you don't. That's right, you don't.
I'd rather watch two guys with the personality of blue paint talk about soccer for 2 hours. Give me. I
don't want to watch
Chicago
two guys doing anything.
All right. Fucking move on.
Pause.
Fuck. Let's fucking fucking pick your team, Frank.
I said the Bears.
Okay, let's move on.
I got Washington.
Ralph, 3 guys haven't called yet.
No lock. Just regular
Jimmy?
Washington. I should lock it.
I'm not going to lock it, but I go Washington.
Noah?
Back
Give
on
me
the Wentz
Washington.
wagon.
I'm not back on the Wentz wagon. I want the Bears suck.
Yeah, to tell you something, Ralph, you want to change it?
No.
All right. Next game. Buccaneers travel to Pittsburgh. The Bucs are 8-point favorites. The over-under is set at 44.
Tampa Bay, no lock.
I'm going to take Tampa Bay with the lock at -8.
I'll go Steelers.
Who are the Bucs playing?
I'll go Steelers.
Cincinnati.
Jimmy, you did watch that game the other night, right? Or the Bills game?
Yeah, but I really thought Tom was going to explode last week, fresh off the divorce, but he didn't show me that. And,
Fresh off the divorce. Oh, my God.
And I think 8.5 is a lot of points at home. So I'll take Steelers 8.5. Give me a touchdown game.
I got the Bucs. I'll lock it. I'll lock the Bucs. Kenny,
right.
small hand, 2 gloves. Don't do it for me.
I'll take the Bucs. I'm not locking them just because I locked Pittsburgh last week and they got their doors blown off. I think Buffalo just scored again. But they are well coached. You think they're going to give you your best effort this week after getting embarrassed? You would think, right? But I'll still take the Bucs.
Frank. Well, I'll take the Bucs, no lock, but my lock is a Kenny Pickett anytime interception.
Well, I think
I'll
it's
take
over
the
a half.
Have you been hitting on them?
Yeah,
I just think it's
every
over
time.
a half, right?
It is over half.
The only one I didn't hit on, Ralphie, I think was Mariota.
It was Mariota, correct?
Oh, I hit on Mariota?
You
No,
did
you
not.
Oh, okay. Because I know I hit on Pickett last week. I know that for a fact. I think he threw 3 of them. Noah?
Yeah. What, Bucs Steelers? I'll take the Bucs.
Thank you. All right, next game. 49ers travel to, speaking of Mariota, travel to the Atlanta Falcons. The 49ers are 5.5-point favorites. Over under set at 44.5.
Give me the Niners with this, and then one of my locks, Frank, is going to be the over on this.
And the
44.5.
over is
44.5.
Man, give me the Niners, Frank. Atlanta stinks. Niners just win football games. Lock them up -5.5 too.
I'll go Niners, no lock.
I'll go Falcons because all they do is cover, but I'm not locking it. Literally, I think they're 5-0 against the spread this year.
It's
I
pretty
think
crazy.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, ruined my Bucs last week. Bucs are up like 75, and here comes the Falcons just to cover. Give me the Niners.
No.
I'm sorry. Give me the Niners. They cover easily.
All right, next
I
game.
too take the Niners.
Sorry, Frank.
No lock.
Next game, you've got the Jets traveling to Green Bay. The Packers are 7.5-point favorites. The over-under is set at 45.
Packers, no lock.
I got the Packers winning, and they cover. And my lock is a Breece Hall anytime touchdown.
Hey, there's something about this Jets team. They're tough. They're playing for their coach.
No
I'm not
funner.
locking it, but I probably would dabble with that plus 275 though. I would consider a little 20 spot, which would pay. Let me tell you what that pays on. Well, 25 pays $93, right? So, I mean, it's some good value there. You know, I'm not like telling people how to bet, but it's some good value because what is Green Bay? You know, but I'll tell you one thing. I do love that Jets plus 7.5. I mean, I really enjoy that. Green playing at Lambeau doesn't scare nobody no more. Those days are over, right?
It's not cold right now anyway.
Yeah, and the Jets are a team that plays in cold weather. So, you know, I think Zach Wilson's doing enough to run the football. You know, I think he makes a couple. I think he's starting to calm himself down and get comfortable a little bit, right? I do like him a little bit. I do like Zach Wilson a little bit. I think he's a
moxie to him. Got a little dog in him.
Yeah, he's got cougar in him. This needs time.
Got a little cougar in him.
I don't know if I want to lock this. The Green Bay
MVP
off a loss, off a bad one, but that's 7.5, man. I don't know. Give me the Jets. Fuck the Packers.
Wilson might be the second best quarterback in that division right now, which is outlandish to say.
Yeah, I mean he is. You go
one guy might not play for the rest of the season. I'm not even making a joke of it. Like it's the facts.
Oh yeah.
And Mac Jones sucks. Bailey Zappi's better.
I like Bailey Zappi.
Hey boys, I got a call tonight.
Good night,
Hi, buddy.
Good morning.
Good night, and I think the Jets cover.
Nice. Go pick.
Me too. I'm gonna lock in on the Packers covering 7.5. I think they bounce back. I don't think they're as bad as they shown, and the Jets just have that Jet stink on them. So I'm gonna lock Packers 7.5.
Greg, I might go 45 locks this week. Give me, this is what people do to me because they get me excited. Give me the Jets plus 7.5. Lock it in.
Oh
Frank.
my God, Jesus!
As soon as the game showed up on the board, it was a lock. When you give me the hook, when you give me that little dirty hooker, I'm taking that lock.
Yeah, those guys are
Jets plus 7.5, and they're playing good football. They're playing defense. There's, I'm not gonna put scoring a 40 burger on the Dolphins on their offense because it's tough to lose. But they're scoring points. That's a decent defense in Miami, and they put a 40 burger on them.
Yeah, listen, Greg, they arguably have a top 5 corner in football already.
Yes.
Already
good.
Sauce
could shut you down, and their other corner, I'm drawing a blank on, is a stud too. Their 2 corners are freaking studs. Sauce Gardner is an all-pro caliber corner the second he stepped on the field at the NFL level. Like, that's how much he shuts you down. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Pick last week? He got his first pick. So, finally got that. I got over that little hurdle.
His hit was the one that knocked Bridgewater out.
Yeah, you're saying?
DJ Reed? Is their other corner?
Yeah, DJ Reed can play too.
Mm-hmm.
And
By the way,
minded.
By the way, I went 5 out of 6 on my NFL parlay last week. The one leg that went down was Packers versus Giants. So Packers really hurt me last week. So, I'm just going to ride them again this week, see what happens. Why not?
I was going to go lock on the Jets covering, but too many people did it. So I'll just go Jets, no lock.
And I went on a different Jets lock, so I'm good.
What was yours, Frank?
Breece Hall, any touchdown.
Oh.
All right, next game. The Baltimore Ravens travel to the New York.
In my parlay, Frank.
The Baltimore Ravens travel to the New York Giants. The Ravens are 5.5-point favorites. Over under set at 45.
Giants coming off an emotional win against the Packers. Give me the Ravens.
Ravens roll them.
Yeah.
Ravens 5.5.
Ravens.
Giants come back. I'm locking the Ravens 5.5.
Yeah, this cute story ends too this week.
Give me the Ravens and a lock also, Frank.
Is it like that or like dirty for me to say anytime touchdown lock for Saquon? Are we allowed to do that?
You are allowed to do
anything that's on draft, like anything that's illegal to bet, you can do. I was gonna say it's dirty for me to do anytime touchdown for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's true too.
I feel like the over/under is like 2 for that. I'm not gonna do it anyway, frankly. It's fine.
Well, I won't do it. I won't do it.
You know what? I'm gonna go on the other side of the lock. I'm gonna go Giants with the spread. Give me the lock at
I'm
5.5.
gonna tell you this. Next year we're throwing a little curveball in the anytime touchdowns, anytime interceptions is okay. You win it, right? You get your win. But if you lose it, you lose too. Because those are a little bit different than the spreads, right? Make sense? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But they're also higher value, but it'd be something maybe fun to add in next year. You know what I mean? Just to say, hey, it's like almost you're taking a shot, taking a chance. Better score or you lose too. better call for football up. Need a pick.
Did everybody go?
I think
I won't lock the Saquon touchdown. I'll go. I'll just go Giants, but I won't lock it.
Next game, Vikings travel to Miami. The Vikings are 3.5-point favorites. Over under set at 45.5.
Give me the Vikings lock. Frank is going to be the over on this 45.5.
Frank, give me Miami. Not as a lock. Just give me the Dolphins. Nobody plays well down there, so I'll just leave it. Dolphins gonna win that football game somehow.
What was the over under for that game?
45.5.
What's Minnesota 4-1 right now?
Yeah, the only loss came to us.
Do we really think they're a 5-1 football team?
I think they can beat Miami though.
That's what I do too. But if you look at it like the other way, do you think they're really a 5-1 football team?
Not the way to give up leads, no.
Yeah,
if that no-name quarterback is playing for Miami, then
it's highly looking to be
what's his name?
Skylar Thompson.
Give me the under in this game, Frank, as a lock.
Tyreek's probably back, which they didn't have him they didn't have him a lot, or they didn't use him very much. Right, you're going under.
Yeah, Miami's got a good defense, so I think that could stop. That could stop them a little bit over in Minnesota. Also, I play in the Vikings going to Miami, so maybe a little bit sluggish, And if Skylar Thompson's throwing the football, it's like I think there was a thing.
I don't know who the fuck Skylar Thompson is. Where did he go to school?
I think LSU.
But I think Tyreek.
He's Is it who I think it is? Oh, he went to K-State.
Of course.
Oh, did he go to K-State?
Emo.
Even terrible.
But I think the combined numbers of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek were really low. So, I'll go the under on that. Everybody go.
I'll lock Vikings.
Yeah.
All right, give me the Vikings. No lock. And you're locking the Vikings, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Same thing with the dirty hooker. You get that hook there. Give me the Dolphins plus the 3.5.
Frank, how many have I taken?
5.
3.
Oh, sorry.
3?
Yep.
It felt like
only 1.
Only 3?
I think I have 3.
Frank, how many do I have?
4.
I have 4. Okay. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I'll go with it.
Oh, then fuck it. Lock me up in Miami. I don't know how.
It's trying to catch up to me now.
A couple Kirk picks. I need you to call for a couple up, Kirk.
Bengals traveling to the Saints. Bengals 2-point favorites. Over under 43.
Give me the Bengals on this and the over on this as well, Frank. So just the lock as the over.
Bengals can't.
Damn it, Ralphie.
The over is
43.5.
Bengals can't protect.
43 even?
Mm-hmm.
43 even, Frank.
Saints gave to the quarterback a little bit. I feel like give me the Saints plus the 2 at home.
Maybe Jameis back.
Literally back.
Maybe.
Frank, give me Bengals locking.
Jeez. I feel like Jimmy's locked every game.
I've done 4, right? That was my 4th.
You gave me 3. What were the ones that you listed?
I did the Steelers.
Are we doing this?
I did the Bengals,
Drinking 12
the
there.
Packers, and the Vikings.
All right, so the Steelers. Okay, so Steelers. And the Steelers was spread, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I don't think they're winning.
Lord help us.
Give me the Saints. Marcus Lattimore shuts down Jamar Chase, and I don't know what else they have.
Well, they have no offensive line, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No offensive line. T. Higgins might not play.
they stink this year.
Stink?
Yeah, they're just not gonna be good this year. It's tough. It's tough after Super Bowl loss. They'll be fine.
They been good?
Burrow's
Have they
a
been
stud.
good yet?
Like Burrow's a stud, so they'll be good overall, like down the road. You
I
know,
don't know how Burrow makes it through the season the way he's getting hit.
that's what I'm saying. You can't.
Did you see him jump in the press conference over to cough the other day?
Yeah, he's scared to death. Scared to death. He's living his life in fear. Yeah, give me the Bengals, no lock. Absolutely not. Next game, Patriots traveling to Cleveland. Cleveland 2.5-point favorites, over under set at 43.5.
Give me the Pats. Not a lock, but give me the Pats, man.
What's the
I'm with
line?
Ralphie with that one.
2.5.
2.5.
Going to Cleveland?
Cleveland stinks.
2.5.
Cleveland's given 2.5.
I'll take a Browns win. No lock.
You're talking about two teams in like must-win mode, right?
Yeah.
Is who's playing quarterback? Zappy.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Give me the Browns. Frank, lock that up, please. Thanks. Lock that up. Zappy ain't going there.
Zappy.
Their defense,
I'm happy for Zappy.
their
Chubb's gonna
defense
score a
been
touchdown.
bad, but I think Cleveland's defense puts up big numbers this week because they haven't been as good as they are on paper yet this year. They just have not defensively, right? So I think Cleveland rolls them. I think there's a lot of picks coming, a lot of sacks. Zappy don't know what hit. He's got Clowney and Myles Garrett coming after him. I don't even know if he smelled that yet. So best of luck to Zap.
The Zap, man. I also got the Browns. No lock, just the Browns minus 2.5.
I would go Browns lock because it's Zappy against that pass rush and Damian
Yeah.
Harris, who's their touchdown scorer, and he's hurt. He's going to miss multiple weeks with a hamstring. But I've done too many locks, so I'm not going to lock it. Just give me
I
Cleveland.
locked mine, Frank. Please make sure that's penciled in.
It is.
I'll transfer my lock to Tom. Next game, the Jags travel to Indianapolis. Indianapolis, 2-point favorites. The over-under is set at 42.
The
It's
goat of all
Jacksonville.
coaches
I just don't
screwed
like
me
it.
last week.
Frank Wright versus Doug
Mother effer.
Peterson.
Yeah, that's a great thing. Like those two going up against each other. I just don't like. I don't even know if I don't like them. I just don't know what Indianapolis was, whatever. I think they get what's his face.
Shit.
They get.
That's the name of never
Don't they
mind.
get their linebacker back this week?
Darius Leonard was back last week. Let me check.
All I know is Matt Ryan is toast.
Yeah,
No Jonathan Taylor.
give me Jacksonville. If I have,
I have a lock in this game. I'm gonna go Jacksonville money line against the Colts.
by the way, Mike Vrabel right now, best coach in the NFL. I don't care what
He
anybody says.
is. He is. Yeah, give me
Frank, you want
Jacksonville,
Colts?
no lock.
Or you want Jags, right, Frank?
Yeah. Ryan, you said something?
Jacksonville, no lock.
Okay.
I want to go Jacksonville, but they freaking screwed me last week.
They're young.
Greatest coach of all time, Doug Peterson.
Oh my God, Greg. They're young.
Couldn't
Greg.
bounce
Doug
back
Peterson
against the freaking Houston Texans.
Doug
Yeah,
Peterson.
really
When it's
bad.
just to win. I don't even care that I lost the money on the cover. You knocked me out of a suicide pool.
No,
Oh, that sucks.
Sunshine did. Sunshine. Doug Peterson's not turning the ball over 8 times in the last
Yeah,
2
he
weeks.
sucks too. Give me the Jags plus the 2. Give me a Lockett too. I just think they sooner or later they're gonna have to bounce back and play like they did early in the season.
Yeah, better start getting the ball to James Robinson. Just freaking trade for him. Freaking league's on the line, Greg.
I'm gonna no lock the Colts.
Ralphie, who'd you take?
Love being on the other side of you.
I took Jacksonville. Give me Jags. He's just better coach, you know.
Is he?
Some of us know.
Tommy,
Some of us understand.
I have 0 losses on the program so far. I'm undefeated.
Yeah, listen. I know how my luck goes, so I'll be 0-8 this week.
Carolina traveling to Los Angeles against the Rams. The Rams, this shows how bad the Panthers are. The Rams are 10-point favorites.
They should never be a 10-point favorite.
I can't believe Vegas hasn't caught up to the Rams yet.
And the over-under is set at 41.
This is the hardest game on the docket.
It's fascinating because it's like, who sucks more?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Who's playing quarterback for Carolina? I know it's the PJ Walker, right? But I mean, who was that?
Wait. PJ's playing?
Yeah.
Is it PJ? Oh, geez.
I didn't know that. I might pick.
I didn't know.
Baker's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Darnold.
Oh, that's right. He got hurt.
Baker's out 4 to 6 weeks, and Darnold isn't back from IR yet.
Oh, I might pick Carolina. I like PJ a little bit.
Listen, I might. I mean, this is you fire a coach. Team comes out fired up, right? I get it. The other team's in desperation mode. So, if the Rams are going to get on track this year, they got to go beat them up, right? They got to. I don't think
right? You would think.
Like, if it's not this week, when do they figure it out a little bit, right? Because they're better.
I hear you.
Absolutely a better football team than they're playing. They're getting a little bit of the winning Super Bowl book tour hangover. Happens, right? But a lot of those good teams start to figure it out, right? If you're really a good team, you start to figure it out. Matty seems a little hurt to me. Doesn't seem like, they talked about the shoulder or whatever in the offseason a little bit, right? It was mentioned through training camp. Big concern of mine, because this isn't the Matthew Stafford I know. I think they need to bring Odell back whenever they can, to be completely honest with you. I think they need to do that. But if it isn't this week, when do they start to figure it out? I mean, you guys smell some blood in the water when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. They stink. You should go and blow them out. So, Frank, give me another lock. Because if they don't blow them out, they won't blow nobody out. Give me the Rams.
And the spread was
10.
And I know, I'm sure the comment was out there earlier in the chat, like, looking ahead at the trade deadline, just go target everybody in Carolina, find somebody there.
CMC,
I don't care who it is, CMC, Brian Burns, I don't care. That's a team you go and pillage at the deadline for whatever need that you might need.
I'll take Brian
I'm
Burns.
not going to lock it, but I'm going to also take the Rams.
This week, what week you doing it?
The only reason why I think it could be relatively competitive is the combination of Burns, Brown, Ioannidis, and Thompson going up against that offensive line in LA. But with that being said, Rams roll. It's not going to matter. I gave you the reason why it might happen, and here's 70 other reasons why it won't happen.
Yeah. I think
if they don't get explosive this week, when do they get explosive?
They're done. If they don't, this isn't a game where they need to win by 3. Like, just get out with a win. No, you need to win by 10
at
plus,
home, yeah.
or you're done.
Yeah, you got a team traveling cross country.
There's so many. It's almost like they're afraid to commit to the run, and then they're afraid to do anything other than Cooper Kupp. And I love Cooper Kupp as a fantasy owner. It's great, right? But Cooper Kupp doesn't need 19 targets when you have other guys.
Was he a friggin' running back with all like? What is he doing?
I know.
I mean, it's simple what they need to do.
No, you're absolutely right.
Do it. I don't know, but I mean,
you have Allen Robinson. Is Allen Robinson that toast? You know what I mean? Like, is he that bad?
Yeah,
I think it's a combo. It's probably a combo.
Who knows?
Probably a combo of chemistry, bad protection, and that sort of makes for like, okay, I'm not getting protected well. I'm going to go to my guy that I know where he's at all the time.
That I know where he's going to be. Yeah,
but you're right. Sean McVay. I like Sean at times, but I think he thinks he's the smartest guy in the fucking room, and he gets away from running the football. I mean, you have an offensive line that's on their heels all game. That doesn't, and they're already not good. Well, that's a recipe for lack of success. So you got to run the football. You got to establish the run. Take a little pressure off your quarterback. Listen, so if you don't beat them up, they ain't beating nobody up.
Yeah, agreed.
Everybody go.
Ralph.
I went.
Where'd you go, Ralph?
I went Rams.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I hear you.
Yeah.
The next pick. Just kidding.
Where'd you go?
Rams. Yeah.
Oh, now you went. Good to have you. Thought you threw up an index card.
No.
Cardinals.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, I got Rams.
Everybody friggin' went, Greg. Come on now.
Didn't hear him.
We gotta move. Well, pay attention. We gotta move.
I've been paying attention all night.
I appreciate the support, Greg.
Yeah.
Cardinals traveling to the Seahawks. Cardinals 2.5-point favorites. Over under set at 50.5.
Give me the Cards. No lock.
Seahawks outright. Lock that in.
Is DeAndre back? Yeah.
No.
Yes, he is
Not
this
yet.
week. Yeah.
No, not yet.
One
Not yet.
more week.
No,
One
no.
more week. One more
And-
week.
As a
Seven.
fantasy owner of DeAndre Hopkins and being 0-5, I know for a fact that he is not in this week.
Yeah, I'm a fancy owner too. I wasn't sure. I'm in 6 lakes. So
But I got Seahawks locked in outright.
And what was the over under?
50.5.
oh, 15.5. Sorry. I was like,
You know what? I'm going to take the under.
Okay.
That's going to be my lock. I'm going to pencil that new lock in.
I'm also going to lock the under.
Well, that's a loss.
Yep.
And
Cards,
I will take Arizona with the points.
All right. Everybody go. Spit it out. Let's go.
Seahawks, no lock.
Next.
Give me Arizona.
Cool.
Three more, everybody. 3 more.
Big Dodgers.
The Bills traveling to Kansas City. The Bills are 2.5-point favorites. Over under set at 54.
Yep.
I do not care. Give me the lock. Chiefs money line.
Frank, lock me up here. Chiefs plus 2.5. I love the Buffalo Bills, but I think this the disrespect of a home dog. They're going to come out pissed off.
And
Dog in like 70 games.
Give me the money line for the Chiefs for my lock.
Oh, they've been a home dog. They haven't been a home dog since Mahomes got there. So Buffalo's loaded. They're built to beat them, right? But we're watching the best quarterback in football every week, boys. I mean, Josh Allen is a problem. Josh Allen's a problem. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football, though. And it's not even up for debate for me. It's just not. He's so good. He's so good. He's Allen's a stud. Allen's 1B. But Mahomes is 1A. That's how they're close, right? Like, this isn't a shot at Josh. This is just saying this dude's won Super Bowl. He's been to another one, right? And all he does is win football games, and you take his best playmaker away. And the way he moves and shakes outside the pocket and the throws he makes, it's unbelievable, guys. His awareness is like, Manning's awareness like out of 100. His awareness might be 200. Guy, like his awareness is something I don't know if I've ever seen before. Right, like the throws he makes, and like where he knows always where he's at on the football field. Like if he's running up to the line where he's got to throw it. Right, it's like we see it on TV. So like, oh, there's the line, but that dude makes throws like you knew where you were at. You know what I mean? Like you knew you had a half an inch still. He's just amazing. He's amazing to watch. I love that he's in the AFC because I can root for him a little bit more because I try to want to root for greatness when I see it. And this might be the greatest quarterback that of this like generation when it's all said and done. Outside of Tommy, you know what I mean? Outside of Tommy, this dude's gonna win. This dude's gonna win multiple Super Bowls if he doesn't get hurt. Sorry for
Chiefs, no lock.
I'm going to take the over on this one as my lock at 54 for this game.
Give me the Bills.
I'm going to give another lock because I don't know if I'll get suspended for my JP take. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to give another lock again. So I'm going to go Bills lock. Revenge story for Josh Allen. Bills spread.
Bills spread.
All right, 2 more. The Cowboys travel to Philly. Eagles are 6.5-point favorites. Over under set at 42.
Birds. I had them 31-17. So go Birds.
I'm also covering, so I'm Eagles.
Lock in the Eagles, Frank.
I'll go Birds, and I'll go Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown for my 5th.
Jalen Hurts.
I'll lock in the under.
Give me the Birds win, but Dallas covers.
You go, Greg?
Yeah, Eagles.
Okay.
What
Final
is the
game?
over-under?
42.
That's right. I even said it.
I'm locking in the under, Frank.
The Monday night game, once again, you're getting Denver on prime time. It is Denver against biggest disappointment in football historically, and that's the LA Chargers. Chargers are 5-point favorites, over under set at 45.5.
Give me the Chargers, no luck. Denver fucking stinks.
I think the Chargers are in the same spot the Rams are. If you're not going to blow out a team now, when will you blow out a team?
Denver's fucking horrendous.
That you're better than.
Well, Denver's defense is too good to get blown out. So
But they fucking stink.
in my opinion, their defense.
How the fuck are they on national television again is fucking beyond me.
Yeah, well, I'll say this again, the same way I said it about the other team. If Denver doesn't win a football game, first off, I get LA, right? LA, they got to win. They got to win football games too. But if Denver doesn't come play a good football game this week, when are they? You know what I mean? When are they? So
they don't win this week. Fucking Wilson must be on the fucking trade block at this point.
Forget winning, right? Like I'll just take them +5 because, I think the Chargers are big time overrated until they prove somebody wrong, right? Like they got to prove us wrong. They're the definition of inconsistency throughout their whole tenure, essentially.
Yeah.
They started Philip Rivers days, like they were inconsistent. So to me, it's like Chargers got to prove a game too here. I mean, a lot of guys got to prove it, right? They haven't been good enough. I mean, Denver's been flat out atrocious. Chargers is, Staley's a moron, but that's a conversation for another day. But Denver's got to come play good football because if not, like Nathaniel might have to get fired. He ain't playing quarterback, but you might have to fire a first-year head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers, no luck.
They stink.
Be careful. It's spicy. Give me the Chargers.
I got Broncos, no lock.
Let's ride. That Russell Wilson is cringe. He's so uncomfortable to watch.
I'll make a formal apology for begging for Russell Wilson this offseason.
To even think that if he were to end up in Philadelphia, what we're seeing now, with the Subway commercial, the Let's Ride or Mr. Unlimited. No thanks. It's worse than me at middle school. Jesus.
Greg, you have a parlay?
No.
Greg special parlay.
We're going to go Christian Kirk, Deebo Samuel, Nick Chubb, and Cooper Kupp.
Kirk, Deebo. Who are the other two?
Chubb.
And
Kupp.
I think
I just fell asleep for a second.
It was quick, wasn't it?
No, not you. It's not a shot at you. In general. Like I just was like, oh God, I got tired. You know what I mean?
I do that at work all day.
I feel like we know you. We know you. Right? I mean, nobody falls asleep at work on the job more than you do. Well done. Guy was just hit for a 45-minute nap out of nowhere. Right on Zoom. You know what I mean? Guys on a Zoom.
Got to always make sure the mic's muted and the camera's off.
Yeah, but by the way, that wasn't a shot at you. I can't believe it's only been 2 hours. It feels like we've been on for 4.
I know.
All the stress of the Phillies game wore us all out.
That's what happens when Reese doesn't fail a ground ball, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll send you guys something in the WhatsApp right now. And
Freaking guy can't even freaking slide.
It will show you how he's supposed to feel the ground ball. Okay. We can't post this, but it'll show you how he's supposed to feel the ground ball.
Tom, can we get a breakdown on how you're supposed to slide? Because this ain't it.
That's the worst slide I've ever seen.
So you got thrown out of a moving vehicle.
Check the talk group when you guys get a second.
# nothing but pavement.
Tell you're supposed to.
He should be fired just for that slide alone.
Tell you're supposed to backhand it. That's a facility. That's a facility I work at. So. Fielded it right there. That's how you're supposed to. That's how you're trained to do it. So,
ball was a little too fast for him, Tommy.
Listen, I didn't see it yet. To be completely honest with you, I heard it on the radio. I didn't see it yet.
I don't even think they called it an error, which was
no. He gave him a hit. They gave him a hit.
That was
home book.
That was just crazy.
Yeah, we did, Bobby. He's very good at what he does. He's good at football.
A lot about Parsons, Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby, I blew Micah Parsons that entire draft. He jumped our draft board to the point where he was number 1 on my draft board that year. Greg remembers.
Yep.
Rod remembers. And it wasn't even football field related. It was the show. It was the rookies. And he was just the most competitive son of a bitch I ever seen in my life. Most competitive son of a bitch. But all those guys worked out, right? I mean, that draft was really good, it looks like, so far. You know, you talk about Micah, Devontae, drawing a blank.
Surtain.
Surtain is
Surtain's a pimp.
And Jamar Chase. You know, you have some.
It was actually a pretty good fucking draft class.
Yeah.
Renee Sewell's doing pretty
He's
well.
Jimmy Sewell.
Greg, Surtain's the best player on that team. He's the best player.
Oh my
on
God,
that team.
yeah.
I just fucking saw it. Fucking motherfucker. I gotta rewind it.
Tommy's gonna get fired up at the end of the show here.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't see it. I heard it.
While Tom's looking at that with Parsons, I will remind everybody, Lane Johnson's going to be a big part of this football game. He's going to need to be because DeMarcus Lawrence and him have had battles in the past. He hasn't allowed a quarterback hit since week 7 of 2021. That's in the last 918 snaps, and he hasn't allowed a sack since week 10 of 2020, and that's over 1,100 snaps. So needs that to continue, please. Thank you.
There's your first ballot Hall of Famer right there.
Oh, but Jesus Lord.
You're right, he is. He's also
Yes. One of like 5.
Yeah, I just rewatch it. It wasn't hit as soft as it felt like, right? But it was hit to the point where you got to get around it.
It's like he was scared
Yes.
of it. It looked like a
Jimmy, that's
middle
the exact that is exactly the correct adjective for that. He was scared of it.
It's just about getting in front of the baseball, and that's all he had to do. That's not how you feel.
Because that deep, it's 2 steps, right, Tommy? Like you're not. It's not like he had to go in a hole. He just decided to fall down and try and backhand it.
I mean, if you get in front of it, the run doesn't score.
Even if you don't make the play.
Line.
That's what Tommy said earlier. Even if you don't make the out, at least the run doesn't score.
It felt like when I was listening to on the radio that it was like a one of his dribbler types.
Yeah,
that he's been in the mess, and it made me really aggravated. The fact that at least it was like semi hit hardish, I'm like, okay, but the ball's not hit far enough to your backhand where you have to feel like you have to backhand that baseball. I just watched it again right
Oh,
there.
yeah, it just happened. I'm looking at it right here.
You don't have to backhand that. You can have the time to get around that because you're so close. You're not playing on the line, dude. If the only at that point at first base, the only way I'm backhanding something at first base, it's a dive, and then not a dive like that. It's a dive full extension, right, to try to catch a baseball. Anything else at first base, you're taught get around. Worst case, knock down. It's poor. It's disgusting.
That situation too. You got a runner on second base. You know it's a tight game. You should be keeping anything you can in the infield.
Yep, yeah, it's 101.
People were praising him on Twitter the last hour, Tom, because he was asked about it post game and he owned up to it. It's like, okay, dude, you're first off, you better own up to it. What else are you gonna friggin' do? Second of all, your words and your apologies are not gonna make you a better fielder. Like, dude, you saw the guy on the opposite side of the field improve. Alec Boehm, after the entire city was ready to go after him early in the season. Alec Boehm has improved in the field in half a season more than Rhys Hoskins has in his entire career. It's disgusting.
I'll say this, right? I had a different respect for Rhys Hoskins, and it started this past winter. All right, because I've actually seen him work out and do some things off the tee, some things fielding wise, right? And I really thought his tee work emphasized him using the big part of the field. And some of the drills I saw him do, the one like you close off the front side of your body and you hit everything away, that drill's like to keep your front side closed. He was working on that. And that gave me a different little bit more respect for him in terms of, okay, you're working at something that we all know you're struggling with, and that's flying open. So you're really putting an emphasis on trying to get better, right? Okay, he hit 30 home runs this year. I don't know if he's necessarily better, but, you know, he was good enough, right, for what he is. For what he is. He needs – but the fielding, you know, you're either a good fielder or you're not a good fielder. You know, and you feel like you can sort of hide a guy at first base, even when he catches balls over there that are thrown to him. I cringe.
Yeah,
So like,
it makes you cringe.
That's why I'm just like, I'm not as mad at him as I'm just mad at this team tonight. Like, I'm mad at him, obviously, because that's piss poor, right? But it's like I expect that from him. He's not good enough over there. If I cringe on a ball thrown from shortstop over to you, by the way you catch it, how do I trust you fielding balls consistently, right? So then it just becomes, you know what? My blame's on this entire baseball team. You know, you get 3 freaking hits tonight, guys.
Yep.
Reese, you can make an error if you freaking hit a ball out of a ballpark.
Have a redeeming quality. Have one redeeming quality on a baseball field, please.
But I say for all these guys, though. Like, you know, Harp had a big double early on. Nobody else hit. I mean, Nick, I can't expect, you know, Nick, like, you don't have to be hot for one night, Nick, either. Like, you know, other guys, you can get it a little bit contagious. And I can't have my 1-2 striking out this clip and expect the throne the champs.
Well, that's what made me go over the edge with Hoskins, because, like, when I look at Nick Castellanos, he sucked for 99% of the season, but you win a game yesterday because of him. Bryce Harper's been hot. You've had Alec Boehm be the player of the series in the first round. You've had little bits and pieces. Gene Segura getting a big hit. You know what I'm saying? Matt Vierling and Brandon Marsh having, you know, instances in the first game. You've had 2 guys at the top of your lineup do nothing. There is no redeeming quality. So at least it's like, hey, everybody's either hit or miss except for Harper. Harper's been the most consistent along with Alec Boehm throughout the playoffs so far. At least everybody else has shown something. We know Schwarber's going to be a liability in the field, and it's going to look like every ball out there he's either not going to see or he's just going to miss. And then Hoskins is what he is. We've summed it up a million times in the field. At least do something on the field. And it'd be one thing if their approach at the plate was something. But literally, since the playoffs has started, they do not know what a ball and a strike is. They look shocked when the umpire calls something a strike. Dude, it's not rocket science. It's right in front of you. You're not swinging at those, but you're swinging at something in the freaking dirt. And then he's going to go and look at an iPad. Dude, the iPad's not going to swing for you. It's not.
That was
Either you know what a strike zone is or you don't.
That was a ball.
Well, come on, Greg. Come on.
It was a ball.
It was a ball. It was a terrible call.
Which one? One of the
Swanson, and
one of the 50? One of the 50 that he's looked at?
They've been looking at a lot, but that pitch where he went to the iPad was a ball.
It was a clear ball.
Because then the same pitch to Swanson, as Jimmy said, was called a ball. The difference is, as Sweep said, when you strike out 220 times, you don't get that call. And it was the difference between a curveball and a fastball.
Yeah, listen, I'll say this. They've both been atrocious, right? But they're both the reason why we're here, right? In different ways. And I'm not crowning Reese saying he's had big hits. You know what I mean? I'm just making the point. He has 30 homers. The other guy has 40 plus, right? So that's a lot of home runs between 2 guys, right? So they're obviously a part of the reason on why we're here, okay? They just got to get hot. And they're a game away from changing the narrative, right? The great thing about baseball is, now postseason, there's always an end, right? But we talk about regular season. The great thing, and I always tell my kids, is there's always another at bat. There's always another chance to get out of it. And those 2 really are just that chance away from both of them getting hot for a minute. And we've seen them both hot. And when they're both hot, they're really good hitters. But when those 2 get cold, they're atrocious. That's the difference, right? Like, some guys get cold and they're not atrocious. They're just not themselves. And other guys get cold where it's like, dude, are you okay?
Yeah, like, what do you do?
Are you
Yeah,
okay?
How did that change so drastic? How'd you go from the hottest hitter in the world to the coldest? That's also baseball, right, Greg? You know, we've been around and coaching enough. It's the ebb and flow of the season, etc. But those 2, to beat this baseball team, I said it before the series started. I had Phillies in 5, but we got to hit, man. You ain't going to go into this series expecting you can get away with 2 runs like you did in St. Louis and win baseball games. It's not realistic. They mash. So you have the capabilities of mashing with them. But if you don't hit, and that's just common sense, but if you don't hit, you don't win.
Listen, I'll make it very clear. If Schwarber on Friday leads off with a home run, or if Hoskins does something with runners in scoring position, I'll be the first one to shut my mouth. It's just, show me a glimpse that you're even close to doing that. Show me a glimpse.
And listen, if he ends the game 0 for 4 again, in some way, somehow we win, I'm still switching it up. I cannot have my leadoff hitter 0 for 21 or 0 for 22. I can't.
You're not wrong, Ralphie. He's just not going to do it. Like you're not wrong in like he shouldn't be the leadoff, but he's not going to change it.
His career numbers in the postseason. I don't like him leading off, right? But we don't have that other leadoff hitter, so I'm just like whatever, fuck it. But his postseason numbers are really good, and in like elimination games and games like that, he's really good. Like I said, he's just that pitch away from getting on a 5-minute tear. Think about the ebb and flow. We think these guys are going to go 0 for like 35 in a series like that. Come on, no shot, right? No shot. Yeah, maybe. I mean, anything's possible, but the history says otherwise, right, guys? History says that like a Schwarber, Hoskins aren't going to go on like an 0 for 35. Like, there's going to be a minute where they got to get hot. It just has to happen.
It's almost like what Schwarber did in the Cardinals series. Like he didn't actually get a hit, but I think he threw at least one sac fly out there. Like, all right, cool. Like contribute. Like
do something
productive.
Yes,
but
productive
the good news is I know they were 2 outs, but it seems like Harper is starting to lock in a little bit, starting to get a little bit more locked in. His two balls to center field.
I got to pee, and then I'll keep the car.
Yeah, the two. Oh, you want to keep that?
No, he's saying keep the conversation going until he comes back.
Oh, okay. But the two balls that Hart barreled to center field were over 100 miles per hour on the exit velo. So, I mean, he absolutely barreled. And I thought Castellanos barreled, the ball that moved Harper to third. Again,
and that's a productive at bat. The Castellanos thing was a productive at bat.
Yeah. It sucked that they were going to the big part of the field, which is when you're struggling where you want to go. But I think the good side of this is it seems like Harp is starting to get back into his groove because he's starting to barrel more baseballs, which is always a plus.
Well,
and I loved that Oppo double. I loved it.
Well, that's the sign right there. As soon as he starts hitting opposite field at a consistent rate, that means he's locked in. Brian, we talked about this earlier, and Ralphie, I do have a counter to your needing to see something switched up. First, I hear you with the Gene thing, Brian. You're not wrong, but in his career, Gene, his on base percentage and his batting average plummets when he's anywhere from 1 to 4 in the lineup.
Which is so weird because I think he's the prototypical 2-hole hitter.
He's a professional hitter,
like in any lineup.
Ralphie, what I will say to you is, with preaching a change at the top of the lineup, you're not wrong with Schwarber, even though, like we said, we don't have the prototypical leadoff guy. I think that eventually
it's not going to happen until next year.
Well, yeah, I think the eventual guy, there's 2. It's Stott or Marsh. It's one of the two for future.
I lean Stott.
Trey Turner.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we get him, everything changes. Or Dansby.
But I agree, right? It's not happening.
I would
this
like
year.
Dansby too.
Here's one I think could happen. It's more realistic, way more realistic to happen than Schwarber. But it should happen before we even land in Philadelphia. You switch Bohm for Hoskins. Just switch those 2. Flip them. Bohm goes 2. He can handle it. He's your second best hitter in the postseason. He hits for contact. He's not going to have that slump to where he's at least going to have productive at bats. And then Hoskins goes into where Bohm is. That's what I would do.
Can I say something? I don't even know if I touched the lineup. Right? They won a good amount of games recently. Right? Today was a tough one. I mean, you don't want to be too missionary, but this has got you here. So you sort of say, maybe I can tinker with 1 or 2 things, tinkerish. You just got to hope guys get hot. But I am proud of Bryce Harper because he needed this postseason, not just to have a big hit or a home run, right? Like he just needed because again, the microscope is always on the highest paid player, and if you're not getting in the postseason and you got a guy that you were expecting that changed that culture, and you to be able to get there, guess what? That's a big monkey off of his back when you talk about how I talked about him and what he needed to do, right? Because I'm going to be critical of him, even though I think he's sensational, right? I'm still going to be critical of him if I have to be. But this was a big monkey off of his back, and then to come out and swing it well too, that just proves more that hey, our leader was a big part of us getting here. So
the only good postseason he had in his career was in his second year in the league, where he averaged in one series 292. I think he was batting 500 before this game. So by far the best performance we've seen from base off.
And to get a team that has underachieved for a few years now, to get that team over the hump and be a part of that through your injuries, etc. Listen, I'll eat crow on them. You know what I mean? Greg knows that. I don't give a shit. I'll eat crow all day, right? You're not a loser. And I never called him a loser. You know what I'm saying? But like, you're not, it's not like, oh, Washington won because you left. Like that stigma's over to me now because you got there. So you proved like that had nothing to do with nothing. They were just lightning in the bottle, baby. Right? It had nothing to do with me leaving. It had nothing to do with that. But there was some smoke with that fire though, when he wasn't making the postseason here, right? And he was struggling in September too. There was some of that like, was it you? Are you a bad teammate? Right? And this was nationally, right? People have these thoughts. I think all that's out the window now. I truly do. So I'm happy that's out the window. Now let's go find a way to win game 3.
I'm with you.
I think Brian said it. We got home field and we got to win 2 out of 3.
Yeah, Brian Batty said it. Yeah.
Home field and we got Nola going on Friday. I'm confident. Let's go win this fucking shit, please.
Yeah, I'm scared of that.
Fuck the Braves. Fuck that dumbass fucking chop bullshit they do. Fuck them.
And let's
go
close it
win
out
this
on,
shit.
And let's close it out on Pumpkin Day.
They can hit though. Can we?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta hit.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta hit, Ralph. We have to hit.
I know we gotta hit. But I mean, we got home field advantage with another guy that can go at least 7 or 8. I got confident, man. I'm confident.
That's familiar with him, and it's a team he's familiar with. So it's a lineup it's a lot of familiarity. So, I'm curious to see how Nola goes in this game. I mean, he's done tremendous in his two outings to get us to this point, right? I'm not gonna say he's gonna give up a bad one, but he could give up 4 runs in this baseball game. You gotta hit. You can't rely on your pitchers giving up 1 run.
You can't. I don't care how good they are. I mean, look at Verlander the other night. I mean, he gave up 6.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's your AL Cy Young winner.
Yeah. Look pedestrian. Right. So I mean, you got to come out and barrel up baseballs and know
what
that
happened is the Astros hit. Right. To your point,
and
Tom.
Atlanta swings it. So
by the way, what a fucking nuke at the end of that game, huh?
If you think you're playing 2-1 games versus Atlanta, you're misguided.
Yes.
You got to beat Atlanta 5-4. You got to beat Atlanta 7-6. You got to beat Atlanta 6-5, right? 6-4.
What did we talk about yesterday? We're like, this doesn't feel like a 5-1 game. No, it feels like a 3-2 game, even though we're up 5-6 runs. Because it's just you knew it was going to happen. You're right. That lineup, you knew it sooner or later was going to happen. Austin Riley is going to go on a tear here soon. He's not going to be like pedestrian like he is right now. So we just got to hope somebody else goes in the tank. Matt Olson, go slip on something.
And Dansby Swanson is the definition of a winning ball player. He is the best batting average and on-base percentage in the bigs after the 7th inning. That's timely hitting.
Dansby, a leader at that ball club. He's tremendous. I mean, I hate to say because I like a lot of their players. But
sign him. Sign him this offseason.
Phillies in 5. Sticking with it. Boys, great show tonight. Let's go Birds. Let's go Phillies. And SJM, I hope your baby girl is doing good. He says, he's been watching every playoff game in virtual Nick unit. I hope she's getting better and better. Love you, brother. Thanks for joining us and everybody out there to comment it in. We thank every one of you because you drive the show. We're here to talk sports with you guys. Feel like we're just sitting around chatting it up. But we got some big shit this weekend. So let's be the city of winners. Let's go get it. We're brought to you by FanUp. FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use our promo code A2D. You get $50. Download FanUp right on the Apple Store. Do it, people. Use the promo. For Frank Vespi, Noah Eaton, who fell asleep, Jimmy, Greg, Ralphie, Ryan, I'm Tom. Jim, I'm going to call you Jim. All right? I'm going to call you Jim. Jim, I just did it. Yeah. I don't know if it's allowed. There's me sliding in at the end here. Sliding in DMs like what? Sliding Jim like what? Anytime. All right? Anytime. You're welcome. All right? You're always welcome here.
I appreciate it.
All right? I love you. You do a great job on the ramp booth, too. I'm telling you, you carry John Coyle.
I try.
That's tough.
You literally pick them up, put them on your shoulders every Sunday. Now you're going to be – it looks like – and are you going to be there? Are you guys tailgating? Are you guys doing a show from the link? Are you going there?
I'm questionable, just like Avante Maddox. Well,
who's going there if you're not going there?
No. If it's a thing, I am going. I just don't know if we're there or not yet.
So
it's up in the air. It's up in the
John's
air.
always up in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was about to say, what if John isn't up in the air?
Greg known John longer than I have. So
if we're not at the link, we'll be in Ocean City.
Here comes the Tinder. Here comes the stuff in the chat now. Here they come.
Ooh.
They're dark.
Jalen Jitney. You gonna drive your Jalen Jitney to the boardwalk, Jimmy?
Oh,
all right.
We're driving to the boardwalk or the link.
Love y'all out there. Let's go win a football game Sunday night, and more importantly, let's go find a way to win Game 3. Biggest game of the series. You guys know how it goes. Game 3 dictate a lot of shit. Got to win Game 3.
Let's go.
Sixers in 5 days.
Flyers.
Tuesday.
Flyers tomorrow night.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yep.
Go Union.
Just like the Union, you know what I mean? And everybody wants to think they think they're cool. Like, I went to the soccer game. Oh, you went to watch 1-1?